you're tired of being censored on social media, join 60s.net. It's black owned, black operated, and black moderated, and we make sure it stays a safe space for us to talk about all things black culture. We also got some cool gear like the FDM cotton crew neck, the Fearless Ancestors tee, hats, and more. Check us out at 60s.net. Hey girl, why are you so sad?
I just got banned from Twitter again.
Should have been on 60s.net. Ah.
Tick faster, that'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter, a gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods, giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords, and they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. Welcome. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the beatzillapdx official. I had to take this off. I don't know what's going on. StreamYard is tripping. Hopefully, we can get through this broadcast without any major glitches. If I have to, I will switch over to just straight YouTube. We will see how it rolls tonight. Once again, welcome to the beatzillapdx official show. I am your host, Beatzilla PDX officially. And obviously, StreamYard is bothered. So we are going to see how it works tonight. Good grief. Stream a lot of particular black content creators has been a little glitchy. For us, of course. Go figure. Let me see how this is sounding. Hopefully I'm sounding straight. Am I freezing out there at all to y'all? Oh, goodness. Let me see here. See if I can see the chat. That disappeared. All right, that's cool. Let me see if I can see here. So we got Judah Queen, Dervis Austin in the house, Queen Adia, Silent D Productions, Steel, yes indeed, in the house. All right, I'm like, they're doing something really weird in my ear right now. Esmont, welcome. So hopefully everybody has been well. Let me see. This is looking. And had a good week. For those who do celebrate the holiday, hope you had a good one. Good time with your family, at least. We don't really do the holidays like that, but we do take advantage of the time together. So everybody's free. But no, it's just time for us to kick it together. So let's see. Man, I don't know what's going on with StreamYard today or this week, but they have been having some major issues, and we are going to power through those. Like I said, if I have to switch over directly to YouTube, I will. Hopefully, I don't have to go through that hassle. Oh yeah, Arquette, welcome. But the way things are looking, boy, this is pretty rough. I'm trying to get this window up right now because if I can't share any screens, then I'll make this decision very quick. So get it together, StreamYard. There we go. So first, I guess I will do this. Hopefully, I can share this window. Waiting for it to load. Did I disappear on y'all? Because I just disappeared on myself. Uh, my screen just went black. So hopefully you can still see me. Looks like I'm seeing myself play. All right. Wow. Wow. All right. Here is my first story. Let's see. Hopefully this window will work. Get that ad off the screen. So for some of y'all who didn't know or do know, the former Montgomery County police chief, which is also Portland, Oregon's first black police chief, Charles Moose, passed away today at age 68. He's the one most known for catching the DC sniper. So, see, I think they got his picture on here. Let's see, where's the picture? Oh, there we go. We show him, please. Oh man, there he is. That's Charles Moose. Like I said, our first black police chief here in Portland, Oregon. He said listening and multitasking. Absolutely, I understand. I definitely understand. But yes, so rest in peace to Charles Moose, historical figure here, in Portland, and subsequently across the United States by way of catching the DC sniper. So, shout out to Charles Moose. And it was an interesting time for us to have, like I've told y'all, we've never had a black mayor, and we never had a non-white mayor. So with having, a few black police chiefs here and there, which most of the time when they do, it's for political reasons and temperatures have to be turned down. So they they usually that's when you see Portland with a black police chief. Prime example with the whole Portland protests that whole season. Yeah, we ended up with a black police chief. It happens quick, doesn't it? Oh my Lord. So hopefully I can get this next story up for you. Because this was interesting, and I know a lot of people been seeing things. Because I've been seeing it on my Instagram. I guess the short clip of this brother. Oh boy. Family, I don't know. StreamYard is having a time today. Man, I'm gonna try to give this okay. I mean, it's man. I instantaneously, but I can say I've watched my other fellow new black media content creators have these same type of issues, and it's amazing. It seems to typically be us. I don't usually see this happening on a lot of other platforms. All right, so hopefully we can get this thing in here. And of course, I wanted to talk about mainly the Dave Chappelle, this new situation going on with him, and then also the driver, the suspected murder of the December 6 people. You know, and how they're using him. And something that's real interesting about the Darrell Brooks or Jarrell Brooks is that They scrub his internet, his social media, like real quick. But then all of a sudden, there's people that seem to know. They happen to find some random posts and see what he was into. Now, I happened to see a video of him when things first went down with him, which is an older video of him. I guess he was kind of beefing publicly with a former associate of his or whatever. So he was talking about he used to be pimping. So the fact that they're trying to make him out to be some kind of Black Lives Matter activist and trying to tie him to Hebrew Israelites, like, nah, I don't think so. And now that he's indigent, this dude probably has had a great spiraling mental decline, rapid. So I don't know. They're really trying to spin it, and they're using him by proxy to make everything reflect on the whole group. Now, I'll get a little more into that later. First, I want to hit this story here, which is out of, I think it's upstate New York. Crazy, like I said, I've been seeing it on Instagram, so I went and checked it out. And here's the video from their local news.
Going about his business, doing what he had to do to become a better athlete. The assistant athletic director didn't see it that way. Tony Humphrey is no ordinary high school athlete. The 16-year-old Cortland, New York resident is an accomplished baseball player at Iona Prep in New Rochelle, a junior who's already been recruited by and committed to play for Boston College after he graduates. So striving to become a better player by joining the track team, that was a no-brainer for Tony.
Comes up to me and asks why I was doing track.
But an interaction he had this past Friday with one of the school's assistant athletic directors had the teen stumped and frankly furious.
I told him the same explanation I just told you. Just trying to get faster, it never hurts to gain speed. And he questioned and said, "Oh, aren't you already fast as is?" I go, "Yeah." And then he tells me that I gained that speed from running from the police. Or that's how I gained that speed.
You heard that and thought what?
That was racist. There was no reason for him to say that.
The school declined to identify the staff member who made those comments, but Tony did not waste any time. He went home, told his mother what happened, and they decided Tony would be taking his talents elsewhere by transferring from Iona Prep to the public high school near his family's home.
We ended up pulling me out of the school. I decided to leave because of my current situation. As I'm already committed, I'm already going to school. I don't feel like I have to stay at a program where they're going to look at me different.
Tony says this was not the first time he experienced racism at Iona Prep.
There was other incidents of racism with my freshman year. I took it up with the deans, I took it up with the higher-ups, and nothing happened to the other student.
Iona students engaged in a walkout Tuesday in support of Tony. The school sent out a letter to parents Tuesday, which acknowledged the incident and announced an internal investigation into the matter. Quote, "Such comments go against the very mission of the school to develop moral and ethical leaders. It is behavior that Iona Preparatory does not condone for its students and will not accept from its faculty and staff." In that very same letter, the school announced the staff member in question has chosen to resign, and the profile page for the assistant athletic director has been taken down. In Cortland, New York, Jay Dow, Pix 11 News.
Man. So, family, this is 2021. And we're talking about coaches and whatnot. I mean, these are coaches coaching our children. These are the people who are allowed to be around our children. Not to mention, this kid is going to a private school. So not only that, you're paying for your kid to go there and be disrespected. How the hell do you say that to a child? Oh man, I mean, you're pretty fast right now. I mean, aren't you fast from learning how to do that from running from the police? And the school didn't want to fire that racist. Absolutely not. He's going to choose to resign. Convenient for him. So he going to resign and keep his little retirement plan. See how that works? So he'll resign. Now he can go somewhere else because he wasn't fired. It's going to be reassigned. Yeah, he was very well spoken. Absolutely. And just looking, I was like, man, what made you say that? I mean, granted, like I said, that's a private school, so some of them individuals up there might like things a little sheltered. You know what I mean? So, and then also that there will be some black folks that go into them environments, and they happy with the butler role. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? They completely content with playing that role. Of course, those of us are not. So yeah, that's a shame, man. Which also, you look at how that's happening, and then we have these Kyle Rittenhouses out here. Which the most amazing thing about that trial is they try to look at it as victory. It's like with all the stuff that judge was doing, you can't really look at that as a victory. Because at the end of the day, he had to throw out charges for him to get off. Because had the gun charge been there, you would have had to find him guilty on the other charges. So, because everything else after that is in the commission of a crime already. So the judge knew what he was doing. He played it. He played it how he wanted to play it. I'll say that much. Yeah, there we go. So hopefully I could share this with no problem. All right, Judy Queen. So let me get. Hopefully this opens. It is so crazy. I mean, everything is going so slow right now, and it was just running fine. But you know how that goes. So, in the meantime, like and share. Y'all heard about Marjorie Taylor Greene proposing a bill for Kyle Rittenhouse to get a congressional gold medal? Oh, this woman is out of her mind, man. This woman is nuts. You know what I mean? Straight nuts. Oh, Lord. Okay, let me look like I can get it. So, in the midst of I guess, just trying to celebrate some sort of victory, we have this woman out here really trying to pass Kyle Rittenhouse off as a hero, which is just absolute madness. Let me get this on the screen. Absolute madness.
Welcome back. Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced a bill this week to award Kyle Rittenhouse the Congressional Gold Medal. That is Congress's highest honor. Rittenhouse killed 2 men in Kenosha during protest after the Jacob Blake police shooting last year. A jury acquitted him earlier this month of all criminal charges.
Definitely.
The Congressional Gold Medal must be co-sponsored by 2/3 of the House and Senate and then authorized by the president. Both are unlikely.
I'll say unlikely. Let's hear that again.
Welcome back. Republican Congresswoman Marjorie Taylor Greene introduced a bill this week to award Kyle Rittenhouse the Congressional Gold Medal. That is Congress's highest honor. Rittenhouse killed 2 men in Kenosha during protest after the Jacob Blake police shooting last year. A jury acquitted him earlier this month of all criminal charges. The Congressional Gold Medal must be co-sponsored by 2/3 of the House and Senate and then authorized by the president. Both are unlikely.
I would hope so. But I mean, you never know. That is Joe Biden. Oof. Yes, the audacity. For real. It's crazy. Like, but she's kind of been on, as far as her take on jabs or whatnot, but everything else, that woman is, I don't know if I could say crazy, but she's maybe a little, how people are raised in certain areas. So like the McMichaels and the Roddy Bryants, who just believe, hey, these things are supposed to be like that. That's kind of what she reminds me. So when they're doing like blatantly racist stuff, they can't even see that it's racist because they've been so entrenched in that type of lifestyle that they don't even see it as that. Like, hey, which reminds me. They just don't see it that way. Now, you fast forward to now. We have the whole, they keep trying to put the argument of critical race theory on us, which is not. Because we don't give a damn. I mean, when you have a lineage that goes back to the killing fields of the chattel slavery of America, we don't need to really get into a bunch of fake theory. We got family history. Let me see, is this it? No, that's not the video I wanted to play yet. Oh, Lord. Hopefully this is it. Yes. Brace yourself, family. I think when you look at something like what I'm about to play, it does bring into question, these are also the people that say, we don't want critical race theory. So the type of people that I'm about to show you are the people who do not want their children told that they are just inherently racist, which that's a straw man argument anyway, because nobody has said that. Critical race theory or critical race history or a critical view at American history is just only telling you what the world already knows. So to say we want to do away with history, the same people who are complaining about getting rid of names of slave masters and monuments of slave owners, that same group that says, hey, you're trying to erase history, wants to prevent children from hearing history. I guess because they want to make sure they instill, and I've played that before, the Daughters of the Confederacy, how they are responsible for all of those monuments. And actually, what could be considered critical race theory in their form way, but it was absolutely instituted, unlike what they're trying to say now. So their critical race theory was absolutely instilled in the educational system. So check this out, folks.
White power.
God's chosen. Well, with the way that he just wrapped that, like again, I say we judge by the content of character over here. I could never even get to your skin color to address that shit there. Oh boy. There's nothing to theorize when the truth is in history itself. As far as I'm concerned, CRT is a made-up term that they made to fight up on themselves and cry about it. Absolutely. To cover who they are. Yes, indeed, Silent D. Only Arquette says, yep, they're being proud of what they really are. So there. I mean, man, God's children, man. Yeah. Well, see again, what God are they referring to? I said, that other guy. You were chosen by God. You probably were by your God. That's correct. history. There is. Oh man, you already know. Oh man. But I want to say, what they're to his point. He is instilling what he believes is a positive morale, which is in some way obviously empowering because you have a perpetuated system that is based on regenerating itself. So for him not to have taught his child that, then yeah, he's probably doing himself a disservice. Now, with that being said, there's a flip side to that. And so when it comes to us in our community, we can be doing the same thing. Not that it has to do with hating anybody. We're not naturally the hateful people anyway. That's kind of far removed from our nature. That's why when you get us in certain conditions, we start acting unnatural. Animalistic. I mean, hell, look at the rap gang. You might as well just be a damn gang member. Be a dope dealer or something. I mean, what difference does it make? You a rapper or you a dope dealer. What the only difference is you ain't got to worry about the cops running up on you like that. Well, that also depends too. So, but I mean, man, they out there killing artists. That's unnatural. But look at, like I said, it's you look at the breakdown of the environment. All of these things is pushed on us. It has taken effect, and the effects show. What we need to check is how people bring that whack argument to us, as if the conditions on where we got now are solely of our own doing. No, we definitely had a strong assistance getting in this position. Because poverty and close proximity. Explain to me what kind of outcome would you really expect? I'm gonna starve everybody, but I'm gonna put 1,000 of you in a building, and then I'm gonna put 4 of these buildings up on one street. What possible outcome is coming out of that? So, yeah. Now, granted, like I said, the participants also have their responsibility in it. But when you put a whole bunch of people in that type of environment, man, that's crazy, man. And that is not the recipe for success. That's for damn sure. You feel me? Damn, Santi. Oh man, as a child, I was taught to love everybody. Absolutely, that's and that is that's typical amongst black folk. We all raised like that. All this being raised in the church. Judah Queen, it's funny you said that too, because it just made me think of this.
Yeah, and I want to thank my sisters and brothers. I want to thank my children for being strong through this rough time.
Yes.
Because I know it was hard what they had to deal with.
Yes.
And number 2, I want to thank all y'all people, all the support y'all gave us. Because one of our team did this. Did this.
That's right.
God put us all together to make this happen. So it ain't no one side. Tell what I tell you. God don't work one sided.
Yes.
God work two sides. All right, I'm gonna put you here, I'm gonna put you there.
Amen.
So y'all pull together and work this thing.
Amen.
So hey,
That's mine.
that's what it's all about.
Amen.
Because if one side wouldn't work, it wouldn't have happened.
That's right.
You had people working when you wasn't working.
That's right.
Come on. When you weren't working, you had people out here working, marching, going in these offices.
Yeah.
We conquered that lynch mob.
Ned the wino up here
We got that
giving a
lynch mob.
speech.
This history today, letting you know that black kid life does matter.
That's right.
For real, all life matter.
All right.
Yes.
Not just black children. We don't want to see nobody go through this.
Amen.
I wouldn't want to see no daddy watch their kid get lynched and shot down like that. So it's all our problem. It's all our problem. So hey, let's keep fighting.
Amen.
Let's keep doing it and making this place a better place for all human beings.
Amen.
All human beings.
Amen.
Everybody.
Amen.
Love everybody.
Love everybody.
All human beings need to be treated equally.
Yeah.
We've been to conquer this lynching. Today is a good day.
Yeah. Amen.
All right, yeah.
Oh my Lord, man! The sound of what it sounds like when your family has had that check cut. Oh, not all Black lives matter, but all lives matter. Family. When I seen this, I was like, I'm not overly upset about this because, truth be told, I expect that from a person like that because it wasn't him that reached out. It was Ahmaud Arbery's mother. So, to the grassroots, I didn't even know that dude existed till today or till, the other day. You heard of old Marcus Arbery? He picked him up the bar floor. Hey, you got to come to this case. I heard about this since last year. First time we seeing this dude. All lives matter. You ain't been a spokesperson for nothing. And they like, oh yeah, well we can't do nothing with Jacob Blake, Daddy. So we gotta make sure that we get one of these good old country, like he said, Esma, country babble, country babbling coons, because that's what that was. That's that good old drunk country babble. As I said, they're the winos, the street preacher, the drunk street preacher, Fast Freddy. Do you dance, Fast Freddy? Oh man, yeah. So when you see stuff like that, and that's one of the biggest problems moving in the grassroots in lane, because when we have family members out here who's doing this type of tap dancing on camera, I mean, you have to, for some reason, feel like you got to apologize for justice. No, because don't nobody. Well, this ain't it. You know what I mean? This ain't it. And it's like, man, people talk to. They have so little respect for us folks. I mean, like, well, what would Martin Luther King say? What would Malcolm X say? I don't know. He died in 1978. I'm born in the 70s. So he was dead long before I got here. I can't have a new opinion of a new way of doing things. I have to look back to the civil rights generation and muster up what I want to do today for my future. How does that make sense? That doesn't sound very innovative. But that's the type of stuff they sell us. And then, I mean, they put dudes like this out there in front of us who are just content. And what's so funny is, watch, I'm going to play this with the sound off. watch Al. Watch Al in the background. It's the look on Al's face is almost like, oh, yeah, like he want to reel him in because he knew that this was going over the top. Just look at Al. Al. So, just watch Al's face. Oh man, but yeah, look at Al. But Crump over there just cheesing like a mug. Look at Crump. You know, and see, that's how you know that this is coached. Look how proud. I mean, man, Crump is just happy. Is that settlement check? Oh my Lord. This is just horrible, man. Horrible. Look at oh man. Shameful and sad. Shameful and sad. That's all I can say. Shameful and sad. Yeah, going. It's like I got neighbors moving or something, but nah, it's like they beefing while they moving. I don't know what they going through. Oh man, be careful who you lay with, man. You know, and just like looking at her and then looking at him, it's like, what was you going through at the time? Because I mean, you know, things obviously, you know, could happen. I don't think he was a high point in life. It's like I said, where's he been at? You ain't even heard from this dude. All of a sudden, all lives matter. He doing the same thing George Floyd brother was doing. All lives matter. Oh boy. But, you know, coincidentally, I don't have that video and I'll show. Actually, I do. I just have to go find it somewhere. But it just comes to my mind that there's another individual who also said, not Black lives don't matter, but all lives matter. And that was none other than Grandmaster Jay of the Not Fucking Around Coalition. I don't know how y'all heard just the name. I'm sorry, y'all. And keep it a buck. I mean, like there's just things that go off in my mind when I hear something like that. I said, the name of that group is what? It's like, man, that sounds like a strike. I love black exploitation movies. So that's when I heard that. I was like, there's a Shaft? As I really thought it was going to be like National Federation, you know, something, you know what I mean? NFAC, that shit really stands for Not Fucking Around Coalition. And y'all finna give this dude y'all ID and serial numbers to your weapon. All right. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. And we're being called stupid for saying that looks funny. I don't know where the hell y'all was raised at. Some of y'all claim to be so street. That didn't look like a snitch to you? Damn. As long as they dress it up on black and put red, black, and green on it, boy, y'all niggas are fly straight fed force to it. The hell, man, who was I? You ain't on it, man. Weirdos. No, I just know I know a setup when I see one. You said they fooled you at first? Man, I'm gonna tell you, me and my wife was watching that because we're watching the Criterions. We're watching the Minister, give his speech, and then I'm seeing on my timeline on Instagram, the people down there, and I'm like, okay, it was a cool little showing, but one thing that caught my attention was the fact that how he was dressed and what he was wearing, but didn't correlate with what he was saying. So he came out talking about 12 tribes of Israel, but everything that a person who would actually be really repping that would never be out there like that. It's the exact opposite of what a Hebrew Israelite would do. What is a Hebrew Israelite going to be out there with a damn gun for? You got these brothers out here cutting folks with Bible scripture. But all of a sudden somebody go do something. Oh, he was into the Hebrew Israelites. That's another thing. See, Hebrew Israelites are not a soft target just because they don't hold weapons. You know what I'm saying? I just see, man, how can you, man? No. Nope. You said when you saw you like white women. Man, I am always going to be leery about somebody popping out the woodwork, convoluting messages. And you mixing messages. So people are like, man, what you think about this? I didn't crap on it. But you ain't seen me really pushing it. Now, when the Ozone brother caught his situation, I definitely shared that. And I even dealt with people I really don't deal with just to, because it was about that brother's situation. So, really, you know what I mean? How he came about being. Oh, well, yeah, Judah Queen, you ain't seen me mention him either. And just like Jason Black was saying last night, I would have to agree. And I've been saying, vet everybody. Vet everybody. You can go back and see stuff from 2010. Actually, you could see stuff from like 2007. So, like people, when you have a track record and been around, people can vouch for that. But I'm always leery about when people are catching fire. I'm like, I understand the fake it till you make it principle. So I saw that in one individual, who's had to kind of open up the door. Because again, if you want to be what people would say authentic, it's going to take more than beefing with other black folk. Now, as far as the brother that prefers kitten heels, he's one that, he doesn't involve himself in racial matters. So just like Condoleezza Rice said, he's one of those individuals. So, people deal with racism, but it's not your problem. So look at your worldview different and how you can make your world better. Man, let me tell you that. Yeah. So understand what that line is. That's like the Whoopi Goldberg. There's a story that goes, Whoopi Goldberg told somebody who was like, why don't you do this and help the people? He said, pretty much. And I'm paraphrasing. F the people. Worry about yourself. And that's true. So this is what it is. We have to understand these individuals out here, especially when I'm looking at this Dave Chappelle situation and how they're trying to spin. See, so Dave Chappelle, look, Dave Chappelle represents strong black masculinity. Then you have this crazy individual who represents man. Well, man, let me show y'all this damn picture. They had this dude up here looking like whole Hannibal Lecter. I mean, this is amazing. Family, when you see stuff like this, now, if you're going to have him in there like that, isn't there still some kind of consideration of a mental evaluation? Because clearly you think that he's not in the right mental state of mind, right? Has anybody in y'all local news, all you in these other wherever all of my folks are in the chat, have y'all has your local news even mentioned his mental state? I'm certain they've mentioned his criminal history, but have they actually mentioned anything about his mental state? I doubt it. So check this out. We go from that to this. And just think about that. So this will attack us, and then they'll use this image to attack us all. So this is how propaganda and proxy wars work, which, you know, no, you ain't gonna be messing with the yellow cat in my chat. Get out of here, Google. That's one of my original subscribers. When we was like 7, well, we was like 70. Oh man, they love messing with us. Good Lord, let us live. So let me show you this real quick. Because I found, I'm just looking at how all of these things are happening right now. And with the McMichael trial and Bryant being found guilty on damn near everything, I think they only missed, three charges? And that's just been on Roddy Bryant. But, and Gregory McMichael, because he wasn't actually the trigger man. But the I'm white and I say so, I'm white and I will make you a criminal and kill you has had a heavy indictment on it with this outcome. Now, there was a very quick celebration about Kyle Rittenhouse being found innocent, but we can look at that and say, okay, well, we expected this. And we saw how the judge was getting down. So, I think this is when white think tanks are at work. Because when you start seeing things that are so removed from our actual culture and what's going on in our community. So this dude running into the crowd of people. I don't know how they tied that into a retaliation for Kyle Rittenhouse when, we still had the whole Ahmaud Arbery verdict coming. That's a murdered black man by 3 clear white supremacists who just said, he's in my neighborhood, let's get him. And, to go lynch him. I think we going to have a little more focus on that. Now, granted, one of the charges for Kyle Rittenhouse is what they were calling him, jump kick man. And they're finally throwing him out there under the bus because, and this is what's so funny. This is how crappy white supremacists are. They're such cowardly trolls. So now they find out that Jump Kick Man was black. One of the charges for Kyle Rittenhouse was against him, was an attempted murder charge at shooting at the black man. He missed. So they keep him like, well, he kicked him in the face. So the brother actually did kick the boy in the mouth. So when he shot, maybe that was what saved his life, and he missed. So Kyle Rittenhouse, you could say in one instance maybe, but all of them no, because trust me, like we all know, that would have went a whole nother way. The media would have did a whole different spin, and so they were using Darrell Brooks for proxy war. They're using him straight up for proxy war. So without further ado, let me play this video for you.
A proxy war is a conflict between two nations where neither country directly engages the other. While this can encompass a breadth of armed confrontation, its core definition hinges on two separate powers utilizing external strife to somehow attack the interests or territory.
Okay, so I want you to, while you're listening to this, keeping something in mind. They're talking about countries. Look at everybody who has vested interest in our oppression and us most definitely not getting reparations. So, and also the fact that the grassroots is pushing so much the energy of justice out there that you're seeing a wave happen that they want to definitely circumvent. So that's why we're talking about proxy wars. So understand, in this particular instance, you're the target. So just peep this out.
Territorial holdings of the other. This frequently involves both countries fighting their opponent's allies, or assisting their allies in fighting their opponent. Proxy wars have been especially common since the close of World War II and the rise of the Cold War, and were a defining aspect of global conflict during the latter half of the 20th century. Much of this was motivated by fears that direct conflict between the United States and Soviet Union would result in nuclear holocaust, rendering proxy wars an ostensibly safer way of exercising hostilities.
Okay, now the translation right there is this proxy war part is, okay, these black folks are literally starting to ask for stuff and they're demanding stuff while showing that they can literally separate themselves from the Democratic Party like has never been done before, and it's being proven. But I mean, it's by design. We weren't. You can't do the same routine abuse forever. It can't obviously last long enough, but eventually, you got to, something's got to give. So they have seen the new black media and grassroots change the conversation and change the narrative. So they got to make sure they get back into the wave of this false narrative, like they did with Kyle Rittenhouse. Like he's some innocent little boy that decided to break the law to go kill some people, and now make him a hero for doing what? Being a vigilante? See, proxy. And so this is also how this ties into Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle won't give in to the LGBTQ. He's standing on his square, and everybody else is standing with him. So while he's doing that, it subsequently took all of the steam out the whole shame game. And pretty much intersectionality is dead. Where are all of these groups at? Have we seen any of these groups come out in support of Ahmaud Arbery or his mother? Because you know how they like to tell us so often, where, there's black trans and black gay over here and black lesbians too. Well, I'm sure he got some family members that are in that lane. Why don't you go out there to the courthouse and show your support? But see, you can't jack something and make it yours. This is why just take notice of all of these groups who have been absent about this. And this is why. Because if they show their face now, they're totally exposed for every other group not being anywhere near the plight of black folks. Zero comparison. And to show up in this moment is only evidence of it. But it makes it real because you could see it. So again, this is the one big Negro, and we need to get this one big Negro back in check. If we can get Dave Chappelle to bow down and do the Nick Cannon, see, all these other people asking for justice might think something's wrong. Oh, but see, again, the code is deleted. So there you go.
There were also more immediate reasons for the emergence of proxy war on the global stage. During its later years, the USSR often found it less expensive to arm or otherwise prop up NATO antagonistic parties in lieu of direct engagement. In addition, the proliferation of televised media and its impact on public perception made the U.S. public especially susceptible to war weariness and skeptical of risking American life abroad. This led to the practice of arming insurgent forces, such as the funneling of supplies to the Mujahideen during the Soviet-Afghan War. Proxy wars can also emerge from independent conflicts escalating due to the intervention of external powers. For example, the Spanish Civil War began as a civil war between the pro-fascist revolutionary nationalists and supporters of the Spanish Republic, called Republicans. However, it evolved into a proxy war as Nazi Germany and its allies began supporting the nationalists, while the USSR, Mexico and various international volunteers supported the Republicans.
Yes. So, think of like the group they used to come out to bash Dave Chappelle. What did they do? They used a blackface group to, okay, you get out here and you attack him. See the hustle? You see the hustle? So in the meantime, let me look at this. Get this on this other right here. Because Dave Chappelle visited, this headline right here reads, Dave Chappelle visits his old high school. And it says, encounters mixed responses. So, okay. Let's see. So it says, Dave Chappelle reportedly visited his old high school to speak to pupils days before Thanksgiving, encountering a mixed response from the student body. On Tuesday, Chappelle stopped by D.C.'s Duke Ellington School of the Arts to take part in a Q&A session with staff and 580 students, according to Politico. He also handed out 600 Thanksgiving meals and tickets to a screening of his new film, Untitled, a documentary about putting on live comedy shows while grappling with the pandemic and the aftermath of George Floyd's murder. Now, look at number one. I just have to say, for these kids to be doing any of that, are very ungrateful. You got this man coming up here, giving back, and the first thing that you can do is try to bash this man over the head. Who is raising these children? Good Lord. I mean, the shame game, and we're so happy to do it to other black people. That's what's so damn stupid. I'm gonna shame you. You know, man, I'm telling you, let's put shame to death in this next year. Put it to death. As well as a few other things, ideals that have infiltrated our community that never should have. I mean, I was in a conversation with somebody, and this is how I feel. If you can't answer a direct question about a line that you are steadily pushing, then, man, I call shenanigans. You're a fraud. No, I don't buy that brand. No. And this is how people do. Because oh man. And this is just it. We are no longer, we are proving that we are not idiots. We are becoming more aware. Politically, structurally, how the system works, looking at some of the people and the power players, and even looking at things on a world view. So this is something that definitely wasn't being done 300 years ago. So, this is natural evolution. When some people or some things are growing, some other things are failing. But this is a way to, because look at now, with pull-up summer, in the pull-up summer era, what happened? It proves that black folks are not afraid of, number one, showing up, number two, using force, and number three, force doesn't cause fear or panic. So when you have a scenario like that, then how else do we get all of these Negroes under control? Well, you can go the backdoor route. No pun intended. You use the LGBTQ aspect because that lane is such a sensitive lane to be spoke on, mainly because it has been insulated financially with certain interest groups to use as a proxy. So if you've noticed, it's always those groups that go at black men. You know what I mean? What's up, Dan Ruck? So they'll use this when you're in a situation to having to actually face up with strength. Then that says we're not a soft target, and then on top of that, we're not really fearing all of this, and we'll show up. What's happening? So you got to go another route. How do we make them do what we want them to do? Well, I'll shame them. Shame on you. You seeing all of this stuff. Which this is the dumbest argument that anyone could ever make of no value. That's why it has no consequence other than negative consequence on those who tried it. So, you can't really be upset with people. Well, you guys, no. Sometimes you just need to maybe chill out. You know what I mean? Maybe it's your turn to shut your mouth. But here's the one thing that you can't do anymore. You can't shame us. Here's the truth of the matter in the picture that you're looking at. The black one here, I believe identifies as a woman or is identifying as a man, transitioning into a man, I think. And then on the right is a man that transitioned into a woman. So the black one that staged the walkout along with the purple hair one here, that one got fired And then the one here in the purple hair just now has resigned from Netflix. See, here's the thing. The message is clear. All of this anti-black man hate has been met with the fervent answer and response. So what was you thinking? And then every other group that used you to just talk on, I mean, what does black men have to do with any conversation from these two? And here's my point about this. This one over here in the yellow, I can't stand this shit right here. That's nothing but and you know, some of y'all may get upset at what I'm about to say, but this is how I look at it. Because this is how you're bringing it to me, and I got to look at the long run for what benefits my community. So for all intents and purposes, that's a damn man. It's a white man. So what you want me to do is now make a white man more of a victim of some kind of oppression than black folks because he decides to be a woman? Hell no. Hell no. And the fact that you're mad at Dave Chappelle for basically saying that, on behalf of the real true B1 Black America, F you. You understand? We don't give a damn what you think. When it comes down to it, where are you? When are you showing up for us? I mean, all of these black trans that have been murdered, to go out there and say black trans lives matter, black trans lives, that's cool. Are y'all doing what we doing though to make sure that there's charges put on people? No. Because oftentimes when they're happening in the same community, then, you know, and what's so funny is like you got some of these white trolls that are LGBTQ. First thing they say to us, man, why don't you guys talk about black on black crime? Hey, viewer one, welcome. Yes, indeed. Happy Friday. So going back to this, let's see. It says the website reported that Chappelle was accompanied by a camera crew and that his arrival was greeted with a ruckus reception of cheers and some boos. As with his live comedy gigs, Chappelle requested that attendees lock their phones in magnetic pouches to prevent illicit recordings. 8 students are understood to have questioned Chappelle directly, among them a 16-year-old who called Chappelle a bigot and said, I'm 16 and I think you're childish. You handled it like a child. Just by the wording of that, you know, that just seems to remind me, it has the same tone of the little girl who was talking about Amanda Gorman in her little city council, school council meeting. Y'all remember that? This chick, Amanda Gorman, who read some kind of little play or poem or something. Here's my point. Prime example with this little white girl that jumped on this old teacher, this sister, you know, disrespectful as all get out. Now we trying to say she has mental issues. That I didn't see mental issues, and you bringing up the fact that she's black. Mental issues. Man, please. So, yeah. You know, these people have a knack for the proxy game. And this is all about, we got to get y'all back under subjection and doing what we say. Because y'all are actually making us do what you say. So we have to get this proxy war cracking. And so now you're sending 16-year-old kids to be disrespectful to adults. I'm 16 and I think the way you handle it is childish. What the hell do you know, kid? Shut your ass up. You ain't been on this earth long enough to talk to me. You still sitting with the kids. Now, the fact that I came up here to bring your little punk ass some good old holiday cheer and Thanksgiving, you should be grateful, you little bastard. But because your parents ain't taught you shit, you think that you could just come up here and talk to a grown-ass man who is a multi-millionaire on his own, might I add, and tell him how childish he is because he ain't bending for what they want. If you don't, shut your little ass up. Man, you got to be kidding me. Man, please. This thing is getting out of hand. He's a bigot. What the hell do you know about a bigot at 16? Are you kidding? And this is just stuff that they have been teaching. Man, you see all the stuff they do to black people? Being gay, man, it's just the same. No, the hell it's not. No, it ain't. And I ain't never gonna let you sell that shit on me. Never. Nope. Always have checked it. Well, it's not. Nope. Well, it's not. No. Name one place as a comparison. Same thing with the intersectionals. I asked them women, okay, give me a real straight answer here. Name one thing that intersectionality positively brings to the black family. Because you can't have a community without it. So name what that is. I'm not even going to begin to waste my time. I'm not going to entertain such a simple question. Oh, why don't you go read Bell Hook's book? No. See, here's the point. It's just like, when you call somebody's bluff, explain where this black patriarchy affects your life. Name where you're headed off at the pass by black male patriarchy, the white supremacists of the black community. And they get these dudes, these coons to say, what are they, two smart, call themselves two smart brothers? This idiot really trying to tell me, man, they called themselves smart. I don't give a damn. You have plenty of smart coons. How was that helping us, though? It ain't. Oh, Lord. So we're going to get into this other little story that also connects into this because I found this to be a little strange. And it goes into the proxy war. And one thing about war of all kinds, whether it be spiritual or mental, you got to understand, you got to study what you're up against. If you don't know what you're up against, you'll think that, oh man, you can be wavered because, I'm off here. I'll move this way and I'll move differently. That's not rooted and grounded. Being rooted and grounded is what you're seeing out of Dave Chappelle. Now, I just find it as funny how these little children now are coming up to a grown man that is helping them out. I'm 16. You're 16. He has a business. He is in the industry. He could possibly get you a job. But he is in the industry and he has enough power to make sure that you don't get a job. One of those laws of power says, know who you're dealing with. You're a little 16-year-old. You could almost or very well have shot yourself in the foot from having a good career. And here's what assholes can do. Not forget you, because people in the industry have very long memories. So they'll let you acquire all of these school loan debts because you think you're going to be something. Oh, they've been watching. They've been keeping tabs on you. And then they'll make that phone call because let's remember, these people do major business with major companies. So you want to go say, hey, I'm going to go sell Candy bars. I'm going to go work at the Mars factory. You can go make a call. Nope. Yeah, 16 and ruin your career before you even get out of high school, dummy. Shut up. Shut up. Don't talk to no man who can crush you with his wallet. The hell is wrong with y'all? Way over your pay grade. You 16, you can still get an ass whooping. I know that's right. I mean, good grief. So, think about that. This is using a child, because, you ain't going to have him just going too hard at a kid. But I'm actually glad he did not let that one go. As well he shouldn't, as a man. It says 8 students. Okay, so according to the 2 students who relayed the conversation to Politico. So what? According to the 2 students who relayed the conversation to Politico the following day. So Politico took the word of 2 high school students? Wow. I find that so very, very interesting. We're using 16-year-olds' account of something that there's no proof of. This lets you know how bad they are feeling about Dave Chappelle right now, family. You understand? Good Lord. Art of war, absolutely. Art of war. I mean, man. I'm just looking at this like, wait, what? So Politico said, okay, give us some dirt on that meeting with Dave Chappelle. We don't care what the hell it is. All right, we got it. And we're going to print it up as it's true. Where's the proof that this actually happened? Let's see. Chappelle responded, my friend, with all due respect, I don't believe you could make one of the decisions I have made on a given day. Facts. I totally agree. None of them kids can make any of his decisions on any given day. No. And I'm glad he said that. Some parents, meanwhile, were unhappy that Chappelle had used the N-word during his Q&A when a student told him, your comedy kills. Chappelle responded using the N-word saying, oh, niggas are killed every day. Your comedy kills. I will have to say, man, when you might kind of be right, because when I saw that foot go into Rick James' chest, Charlie Murphy's when he kicked him through that man. Oh man, you might be right. Maybe Dave Chappelle comedy is a killer, man. Because damn, my side was hurting. I didn't know what was happening. I was laughing so hard, man. Oh. It's like 15 years old. It's still funny today. What you mad at? You mad at because he didn't kiss your ass, huh? You rich nigger. Yeah, that's what you're mad at. He didn't kiss your ass and told you to kiss his. How about that? You don't owe you nothing. Boy, you see how people think we are not property. That day is done. And even if we were property of the powers that be, on technicality's sake, that doesn't leave you're just like the McMichaels. You're no different. You're the same. You see yourself as different. Never should have gave you niggas money. Dave Chappelle, your comedy kills. And these are children. This is such bull. And man, so this is a setup. So okay, we're gonna have this. Like this, man. These people are amazing. This is not by accident. This is totally by design. You're gonna ambush that dude because he already done stood his ground, and then you got these other people quitting. Your comedy kills. No, you know what? Your shaming killed you. Because that shaming is backfiring horribly on folks right now, ain't it? You said it's pathetic. Yes, it is, oh yellow cat. That's all, yes, all part of giving the children more consent powers. Yeah, Dan Ruck. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Hope y'all paying attention, family. And for those who never understood, I told y'all from the get-go, when you want to redefine what marriage is, when you don't have to, you didn't have to redefine it. You could have did a couple of things. You could amend it or add it. But this changes in the Constitution. We have amendments. This is a change. I said, I don't think people are catching on. See, we've had amendments. This is a change. That ain't the same thing. It is not. You are literally changing the definition of something in the basis of America's framework by paper. For what now? Just so you could say, we got this bathroom. And truth be told, I love transgender bathrooms. You know why? Because they're just single bathrooms. You can have a bathroom all to yourself. Thanks. I mean, good grief. Oh, man. I was like, oh, okay. So this is just the bathroom with, like anywhere that has only one restroom in it, like a hospital room, or, you know what I'm saying? It was like, it's just a unisex bathroom, and then you got it all by yourself. Wow, boy, I'm sure losing, aren't I? Jeez. Oh, my Lord. The stuff they put on us. So, I seen this thing on Twitter about this black, no, not now. This black woman who did a study for, I guess, in Harvard. Basically, they did a study on black Twitter, which I'm like, antenna, yeah, that little siren in my head started going off when I see a headline like that. Like, you're employing a whole unit of master's students, and for one of their projects, analyzing black Twitter posts and black Twitter users and how black Twitter is used. I'm telling you, when I heard that, I said, ooh, wait a minute. What's this mean? Rick James Boots. Oh, man, I'm telling you. So let me see. Let me get this down here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the break real quick, and then I'm gonna put this story up, and we're gonna talk about this. Let me see. Oh, but let me go back to this real quick. The comedian spokesperson Carla Sims told Politico they are complaining that he talked and said the N-word. If anything, Dave is putting the school on the map. Don't you think? In response to another question, the Politico did not report verbatim, but claimed it was antagonistic. See? So they are using this article to try to throw dirt on Dave Chappelle to say he went to a bunch of high school students and basically acted like a uppity nigga. That's how I'm reading this. Chappelle told the performing arts school students, "I'm better than every instrumentalist artist, no matter what art you do in this school right now. I'm better than all of you. I'm sure that will change. I'm sure that your household will be named soon." Family, I'm just going to call bullshit. Now, unless you actually have video proof of that, video evidence of that Dave Chappelle told a bunch of students that I'm better than you. I don't believe that. I believe that's bullshit. That's cap. That's cap. For either produce that clip or stop saying it. Because like I said, when I went back and read, Politico's taking the word to teenagers. How the hell that makes sense? You got a whole article based on what these kids said that were already disrespectful. So you're taking the word of disrespectful children to bash Dave Chappelle. Again, family, I'm telling you, this week, boy, these folks took an L. And understand, this is left and right. And I'm sure some of them little bastards was black. At the Duke Ellington School, you know they was. So we got the baby coon class too. And you know, no, they get the same smoke. You better stay on that porch, youngster, or you get that work too. We are indiscriminate around here. Equal opportunity. You want equal, you get equal. If you don't want it, then you might want to stay at home and stay out of grown folks' business. Yeah, I don't see things the same way because, you know, I look things at how the game would look at things, truth be told, because, you know, you just have to understand. Sometimes that's how you'll lose it. The rules of what you are involved in will not change because you like or dislike someone or because you feel, oh, I'm a man or I'm a woman in this space. Hey, you tell that to Griselda Blanco. They feared her so much they made sure the only way they was going to sleep at night is gun her down. The game is the game. So, I mean, I'm saying, like, for these children out here doing this, who ain't no telling who put them kids up to that. And I'm sure they got a little bit of extra chips because this was an event that they knew was happening. So you're going to have, because they did the same type of thing to Umar here. This is years ago, like 2015, 2016, maybe. And he was going to talk at a high school. And so what they were doing, they had some group, got these little baby coons to confront this little group, talking about how he's transphobic and homophobic. And they were just, so they got his show not show, but his appearance canceled. Now they did end up doing being able to change venues and they were able to still have their event. But I mean, that just says something. Like, these groups come out when it's us, black folks can't have shit. Like, and when it's us, it's always somebody out here trying to be involved. Like, number one, the group that was bugging about him, they're not people who are going to attend this. So why are you so concerned with black folks entertain amongst ourselves? You cannot dictate to me, my friends. No. Who the hell are you? But this is what's going on. And this is why I saw Dave Chappelle's Instagram the other day. And just looking at it, watching that, all the people that's coming out standing for that brother right now, this is why the powers that shouldn't be, like Amadeus says, this is why the powers that shouldn't be are so upset. We doing what we want to do, and we doing what we need to do without permission. See, that's not power perceived. That is truly power achieved. So, I'm going to talk about this little Twitter study because it raises a red flag to me on why would a university like Harvard have any concern on a study of black Twitter? I don't know. So after this short break, we will be right back and talking about it. Yes, indeedy.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix faster. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. So, and this is just really weird to me. So the title even is really interesting. So check this out, family. I was just like, well, what is this about? All right. So we have Black Twitter is the modern day Green Book. Colorado University Boulder researcher finds, that's Shamika Klassen, Colorado U Boulder researcher, published her study last month. This is her. Oh, boy. The Negro Motorist Green Book, first published by black postal worker Victor Green in New York in 1936, provided black readers with guidance on which businesses welcomed African Americans in segregated United States, expanding in subsequent years with additions across the world that offered information on how to resist discrimination and violent threats. What the hell does that mean? Get your ass whipped on the Edmund Pettus Bridge? Wait. What does that mean? Expanding in subsequent years with additions across the world that offered information on how to resist discrimination and violent threats. Well, see, here's the problem. When Ahmaud Arbery, if we were talking about violent threats, then Ahmaud Arbery would still be alive, because the "hey, stop or I'll blow your effing head off" would have not been acted upon. But it was. So it's not violent threats; it's actually just violence, and we don't have the ability, other than resistance, to resist discrimination. So yeah, I'm already hearing a little bit of odd wording. While the resource, often referred to simply as the Green Book, stopped publishing in 1966 after the passage of the Civil Rights Act, a University of Colorado Boulder researcher says the sentiment carried by that pivotal tool lives on in a modernized version, Black Twitter. Sorry, I am smelling something right now, family. Aren't y'all? Because number one, with the Green Book, and man, with the civil rights, where we worked up the civil rights, and now we're talking about Black Twitter. Really? All right. Yeah, okay. Black Twitter isn't a separate version of the popular social media network, but a community of predominantly Black users and allies, and sometimes internet trolls. Now, is that internet trolls that troll us? Or is that internet trolls that, like, the Black Twitter is internet trolls? And, I've never used the hashtag Black Twitter. Like, when I was first hearing Black Twitter, I was actually thinking, like, there's a whole nother app. There's an app to look for Black Twitter. It's like, what the hell is Black Twitter? It should be coming up with all these kind of names for Black folks, and we didn't even come up with them. Let's see here. Okay, so Black users and allies, and sometimes internet trolls who use Twitter to talk amongst themselves about Black culture. What's different about us and any other group in this regard? Have you heard anything there that would be any? You see all of these people with their flags. You know what I'm saying? One who cares. Happy Friday. Yes, indeed. Welcome. Welcome. Let me see. For those of y'all who did celebrate Thanksgiving or had a family day for yourself, just to enjoy and love on your loved ones. If any of y'all have a slice of sweet potato, buttermilk pie, or peach cobbler left, holla at your boy. So now it goes on to read. Doctoral student Shamika Klassen, among with Colorado U colleagues and peers at Carnegie, Mellon, and Harvard universities, analyzed more than 75,000 tweets from April and May of 2020 and interviewed 18 Black Twitter users. Ooh, boy, well, roll out the red carpet for the Blacks. Their research is a deep dive into how Black Twitter, which Clausen describes as open secret waiting in plain sight for those who know how to find it. That's interesting verbiage again. An open secret waiting in plain sight for those who know how to find it. You, family, y'all in the chat, y'all have Twitter pages? Are you out there like, I'm just waiting for all of those lost wayward Negroes to find their way to my page today? This is really starting to read on the coonish end. And this is what this woman read. An open secret waiting in plain sight for those who know how to find it. Serves as an important online meeting space to explore Black identity, history, culture, joy, and pain. Know within your family dynamic and your family group and your family lineage is to which you have your Black identity and your culture. We do not get on Twitter looking for Black culture on Twitter. Jeez. Butternut squash. Oh, you got the butternut squash? Did you make some with pie? Oh, well, you know, I put chicken in that other dish, but I am gonna post that picture on my Instagram. Like, you know, it was one of them things that came to mind. But Queen Adia is like she is the vegan premier chef. I mean, man, I was never really. I mean, I moved as I got older. You know, I could do a lot more vegan stuff, but she makes her vegan stuff look hella good. So, you know, yeah, you know, she's made me a believer from some of the things I have watched her produce. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think I could fully commit to going like vegan right now or vegetarian, but as far as I'd still eat a lot less meat anyway. So I eat a lot of fruit and vegetables. I grew up with a grandma that we had gardens and canned our own cans. You dig? Oh man, so I love me. I'm a one of them. Like my grandma was from country, so I grew up eating okra. How most people don't even like it. I love me some good old semi slimy okra. Ooh wee, give me some of that and some seasoning salt and hot sauce. We in business. No problem. No problem. Love my vegetables. Let's see. What's most interesting to me is that the many different ways that Black Twitter was giving life to people. Clausen said in the interview, there are benefits, there's empowerment. There are also people warning about racism. All right. See, they doing a study, and this is the kind of probably where the meat and potatoes truly is. Okay. This paragraph. So peep out the dynamics in this paragraph. What's most interesting to me was the many different ways that Black Twitter was giving life to people. So when you start talking about how we interact on the grassroots in this new Black media tip, it's there. She's referring it to giving life. You know how that there's people who absolutely do not want that to be. You know, they don't want us having life. And then the other thing she says, Clausen said in the interview, there are benefits. There's empowerment. There were also people warning about racism. So being able to give a blueprint to say, hey, man, make sure you protect yourself. B. Mick, what's going on? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Lots of content this weekend. Yes, sir. 503 in the house. Absolutely. Let me see. What was I at? So, warning about racism. And it was so interesting to see all the different ways people were being fed in their spirit by Black Twitter. It's more than just funny hot takes or getting entertained by the versus battles happening, but a rich, deep, meaningful community of people. So this right here is saying something to me. I'm sure a lot of people will look at this and say, well, what's the problem with this? My issue with this is, why are you giving so much of a blueprint of your own community to another community? So you basically that's like studying your family and all of your family traits to go give them to your boss at work. What are you doing that for? Y'all feel what I'm saying? So when I seen this, like Black Twitter, Green Book for Black Twitter, what the hell are you talking about? So that's when I started going in this article. Okay. So what y'all want to know is who are the influencers, who's who, and clearly we can see that their studies have paid off because don't think if you're doing Colorado University is being invested in by the Carnegies in Harvard. Ooh, wait. New Black Media, grassroots. Because we put foots to asses over here, I'm talking about we on a no-string budget. You know, there's no big financial conglomerate behind people. It's just the people. And with that being said, that's been more effective. Why? Because when you're really truly all you got, then what else do we have to give? We definitely have lost enough. So I mean, who's fearing anything like that now? Nah, full steam ahead. And what they seeing? Oh man, we're gonna get some justice. Now we have to worry about the controlled opposition individuals. And like you seen the one dude coming out here talking about how oh well, man, yeah, I think that this is retaliation for people gonna turn up over Kyle Rittenhouse verdict. If you don't shut up, ain't nobody turning up over that. So whatever that dude did, and here's the thing, man. So you got this dude coming out here to say, I think it's about to be a revolution. This might just be very well be the one thing to kick everything off, man. You silly man, come on, bro. Really? To even put that out there is irresponsible, but I mean, even more so, yeah, she's giving our secrets, which means we need to keep our secrets from out the public. Let me put this on the screen. Because that was some operative shit for real, man. Yes, Silent D, absolutely. And does it? See, this is how you know this is it. It's a major issue because they're making it news. Like this is a whole report. So what the hell would you be doing at? Like, nah. You out here giving away family secrets to strangers? And then going, well, see, this is what I found. Look at these Negroes. And here's also the other part of it. Let me go back to that. Because that was a little shifty. What is it? The first part was, it kind of caught my attention. That first line there, the Negro mortar. I think that could have been worded differently in this situation, considering how, I mean, this almost sounds like a black person who was sent to study their fellow black folks. And then, well, shit, I mean, essentially that is what this is. And then here, see, this is how they are. They're such happy Negroes. I mean, good grief. Look at this woman here. So even with the dreads and black skin and all of that, boy, she just so, folks. It's just, I'm gonna tell how y'all getting down over here. See, y'all better go over here and pay attention. So make a bunch of fake black profiles and start going over there surfing through black Twitter. Sebastian Shaw, what's going on? Man, they doing way too much out here. As soon as she used the term black identity, that was Coattail Pro all day. Yes. Yes, indeed. I'm hearing, and that's what I'm saying. As I'm reading it, I'm just noticing all these little different well, in games and video game culture, what they call them Easter eggs. I'm just noticing all these little different things that are sticking out. So, what are you really saying? Now, here's one of the 18 people that she got, because Black Twitter is whittled down to 18 users. Orville Rollins, a Denver resident with roots in the West Indies, said he never travels without first consulting with the community he's formed on Black Twitter. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all actually? B-Mick absolutely said this reads like an FBI report. Thank you. I'm like, something is off here. Something is off. Oh. Now listen to this. I will say I'm going to be in so and so area. What should I do and where should I go? Rollins said. He agreed that Black Twitter stood in as a modern day green book in his life. Just the fact that they keep referencing Green Book is just kind of janky to me, because Black Twitter is nothing of the sort. And also, it's a interesting timing that it's in the holiday season for Christmas shopping, that they're talking about green books and businesses that fool with African Americans like that. This is about shopping? Consumption? I'm confused. But it gave so much people life. Right. And none of it had to do with travel plans or shopping plans. But then we start getting down in here. We start talking about how it's a green book. A green book wasn't an uplifting book. It was just a tool. This is saying, it's giving life and the spirit and this and that. Where these old Negroes, oh man, so what's going on here? Let's see. He agreed Black Twitter. Okay, Rollins said he learned his lesson 2 years ago when he went out on a business trip to Houston without consulting anyone for safety tips and ended up getting robbed. Bullshit! Family, this is propaganda, man. This is some propaganda right here. Man, if you don't cut it out, this reads like somebody white wrote this, family. Anytime you hear this line here is a killer, man. I'm telling you. Every time I see these type of lines here, that's like, I was almost raped by two black guys. Oh, that one time, man, these two black guys, they tried to rob me. Man, at one time. That's So Rollins said he learned his lesson. So first off, they start off by letting you know that he's not foundational Black American. And then he goes to Houston, where it's predominantly foundational Black American. And he didn't consult anyone in his Black Twitter space for safety tips on Houston. You needed a safety tip on Houston? Okay. What part of town were you doing a business trip in Houston the way you getting robbed? You clearly weren't downtown. Like there ain't people with money in Houston. Like in the bottoms or something. Oh man, I'm hearing cap. cap. And I don't even think half of this is I don't believe half of this is even legitimately true. Desmond works. Oh man, what's going on? So let's see. I tweeted about what happened to me, and people said, "Oh, I would have told you about that area." Rollins said, "It's an informal way of keeping each other safe." Man, this word, the verbiage is killing me. In addition to safety, Rollins calls on his trusted sources within the social media platform to find food flavorful enough to satisfy his cravings. People will make jokes on Twitter that these are the restaurants in the area, but this one has spices and they know how to use them. I'm done. Oh, I'm done. Oh, if y'all don't get out of here with that garbage, this black woman, where's she from? She must have been like raised by white folks, away from black folks, because this is her experience on Black Twitter. This is a black woman's experience. I mean, this almost reads like you remember Braxton from the Jamie Foxx show? Hey, bro, Broham. Wait a minute, there, a Broham. Oh, people will make jokes on Twitter that these are the restaurants in the area, but this one has spices. Ha 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 ha. Seasoned food. Ha ha. And they know how to use them. That's right. Oh, this is painful. I'm sorry. If this woman wrote this, she was never around black people. I mean, I'm talking about this woman ain't just, boy, you try to shake her hair, she would flinch. Man, I'm telling you. And you mean to tell me that this came from her? She wrote this, so the quotes came that she man, this is restaurant, but this one has the spices and they know how to use them. Ha ha. This is so brutal. What is the point of this? I'm just so confused. Family, geez. What can you do? You know what I mean? Like, I think this, again, like I'm saying, with the whole proxy war, this plays into that. And on top of that, saying, hey, white folks, you want to know where all the black folks be talking at? Go look for Black Twitter. Not Braxton. I'm saying that's how that reads to me. Run, brother, run. Run, brother, run. Run, brother, run. Oh, man. Come on now. So, with that being said, the way that they're using the whole proxy war game on us right now is just amazing. And again, they're going to go get them little young black kids to go talk crazy to Dave Chappelle. Then they got this woman out here trying to point out where black folks congregate. What was this for? Like, why did she do this? What if she's a black woman, what does she have to inform someone else about Black Twitter space for? That ain't for us. I mean, you can't tell me Harvard give a damn about what's going on with Black Twitter, man. The Carnegies care? Man, that's an interesting one, huh? The Carnegies care. I wonder, it just makes me think, like when you see women like this, you just always got to remember that there's somebody that looks like this behind the scenes. That's why you're seeing them, right? These powers that be and powers that shouldn't be, because things like this have now taken place. So they have to get back into the realm of making sure that instead of the Ahmaud Arbery being a clear-cut victim, and just the fact that Kyle Rittenhouse went out there to Kenosha to kill black folk, Um, they finally so they'll make him look so, and none of these people have to ever walk into prison looking like this. You show me where they didn't even do that to Jeremy Chris. Well, one of them they did, but the Jeremy Christian who from here, it's B. Mick in here, and all my Portland folks, y'all know, with the Jeremy Christian situation, he got a chance to go dressed as comfortable as he wanted to in the courtroom, although he was so batshit crazy that he was coming in there looking like a road warrior, like the Road Warriors off of wrestling. He came in there with them haircuts, looking all crazed out. But see, look at how they got this dude. They got this dude looking like straight up Hannibal Lecter, man. What's the deal? I mean, he can't get in no car and do anything to nobody. It's not like he had a gun. He wasn't biting people and eating people. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing that. They got that dude up there looking so janky. That's crazy. That is crazy. Oh, man. Oh, man. Hawk and Animal. Yes. Yeah. That's how we came in there with the haircut with it. And it's got the little weird, man. Oh, boy. Jeremy Christian. One of the most prolifically known racist. He's a contrary. So compared to your typical racist, he's more of a whatever is against the masses. Just like an anarchy kid. You know what I mean? There's something else I want to find y'all. And there's another story. I don't have that today because I want to find out some statuses on some things. Oh yeah, that's right. Today is supposed what they call Black Friday, the day we do not celebrate. Black Friday. Yeah, all of these things got these just horrible meanings, and we just blindly celebrate it because that's what we've been taught to do. And a lot of these things celebrate, our own demise. So, we need to start reevaluating things we involve ourselves in. Okay. So there's another story. It looks like this just came out. And I gotta wonder what's going on with some of these parents. Because it ain't really normal that black mothers are out here harming their kids or allowing their kids to be harmed like this. But this recent trend is crazy, man. It's a sad story, man. Check this out. I know y'all been following
upbraided this. Against the mother arrested in connection with the death of her 8-year-old daughter. Jail records show 27-year-old Brittany Hall is now charged with malice murder and felony murder. The body of Amari Hall was found on Tuesday morning in a wooded area of DeKalb County nearly 3 days after Hall initially told Gwinnett County police that Amari disappeared from a hotel the family had been staying at. Hall's domestic partner, 29-year-old Celeste Owens, is also charged with felony murder and malice murder in connection with the little girl's death. Murder in connection with...
Wow. Oh, man, I guess we're not going to see too many of those groups coming out, are we, huh? Yes, man. Wow. Man, that black male patriarchy, boy. Toxic masculinity. Well, is it toxic masculinity in this case, too? I mean, what is this classified as? Other than a murder of a child, though. I mean, that part is there. A lot of people like to, not... They don't deal with these type of situations. And like I said, I've been following this one, and it's an unfortunate story. And this, like this, you said you've been looking for this, Judah. Yeah, Judah Queen. This, while I've been on live, this just came out. So like, it just came out. I'm gonna play it one more time because they needed upgraded charges, and I'm glad.
Charges
they did
upgraded
this.
against the mother arrested in connection with the death of her 8-year-old daughter. Jail records show 27-year-old Brittany Hall is now charged with malice murder and felony murder. The body of Amari Hall was found on Tuesday morning in a wooded area of DeKalb County nearly 3 days after Hall initially told Gwinnett County police that Amari disappeared from a hotel the family had been staying at. Hall's domestic partner, 29-year-old Celeste Owens, is also charged with felony murder and malice murder in connection with the little girl's death.
Wow. This is janky, man. Janky. Oh, boy. Yes, indeed, I will, Judah Queen. That's the thing. When we don't have honest conversations about what goes on, and these groups are allowed to use our pain and, our lives, our children. This woman, you getting into the whole kill your kid game. Now, where are the women? Where are the black women? These are 2 black women killed a little girl. There is no man present. Not a one. Not a one. But, so it's not, obviously it's not good for publicity's sake, so I'm sure some of these groups will stay away from it. Just like the ADL stayed away from once they learned about charges. You said synthetic G smiling. This is a little girl. I don't know. Because it's like, well, that could have been you. And it makes you think about Cynthia G. Those. Prime example. Thank you, Judah Queen. Man, there's a lot of these individuals who don't like black people. They don't like black children. They don't like being black. But they're black, so they deal with it. But they hate it. It's like Uncle Ruckus. So they do all of these other things. Some of these people, you will find it. I mean, like what make you? There ain't nothing that you was getting that damn upset about. It just wasn't. So, yeah, upgraded charges. Good to know. I'm pretty sure them girls will be cooked. That's the way it's looking. Damn, man, y'all out here wilding. So let me see, what else did I just see? Oh, this is hilarious. Okay. Let me play a little bit of this. Let me get that volume.
In an adult lockup, despite the fact he was a minor. It was during that time that his family desperately, his mother mostly desperately, looked for legal counsel, for representation, someone helping him get out of jail. In the end, the family was represented by a pair of lawyers called Lynn and John Pierce. This came up out of nowhere. We were not expecting to have this conversation at all. We were taken by surprise a little bit, but it's really interesting. Here's Kyle Rittenhouse's description of what his lawyers did to him. You get arrested, what happens then?
Once I'm arrested, I go to Deputy Juvenile Facility, and I gotta say thank you to them for their professionalism. And
the jailers,
the guards at Deputy, they were the utmost professional people I've ever met.
Really?
Exactly. They were some of the most professional people I've ever met. It was amazing. Like,
I bet
with respect
for him.
And They didn't like talk down to you like you've seen like in some videos. They just treated me like I was a human.
How long were you there?
I was in jail for 87 days, and this follows in with Lynn Wood, Lynn Wood was raising money on my behalf, and he held me in jail for 87 days, disrespected my wishes, put me on media interviews, which I should never have done, which he said, oh, you're going to go talk to the Washington Post, which was not a good idea, along with John Pierce. They said I was safer in jail instead of at home with my family. And then after I'm bailed
Your
up,
lawyer said that.
my lawyer said that. John
Now,
Pierce.
and he's doing all of this, throwing him
87
under
days
the
is a long
bus.
time to be in jail.
It was very long. I lost a lot of weight in there. I since then gained it back.
I know the feeling.
Yeah. But 87 days of not being with my family for defending myself and being taken advantage to, being used for a cause by John Pierce and Lynn Wood.
You know something he's saying, and I've told y'all my story. I was talking about that my previous broadcast. You know, he's talking about how much time he spent while being gone away from his family for, you know, for self-defense. Well, I was in the same situation for self-defense. One thing I don't even really consider is the time I was gone. I know how long I was gone. But, you know, if anybody knows me, that's probably one of the very few things that would come up in conversation. So this is just milking the whole situation for like everyone to get him in. He's trying to make himself a career. So pretty much until he realizes the fact that he is in the same situation as George Zimmerman, you know, let him learn the hard way. Because trust me, ain't nobody going to really be fooling with him like that. Nobody going to be fooling with him like that. Who would? Nobody messing with no Kyle Rittenhouse, man. And Tucker, he said he got the ultimate. Like, yeah, he do. Oh, and something else. With this whole Dolph thing, man, this Dolph thing is getting crazy. Yeah, this Dolph thing is getting mighty crazy, family. Man. So, you know, they people still dropping like flies out there in Memphis, unfortunately. And they're talking about who is this? Oh, okay. They're talking about the lady, one of the, I guess, the daughter of the cookie shop people. Some people are kind of throwing her name out there for like she might have been involved, and it's starting to get really ugly. And we knew it would get like that because when these things happen, you know, that's just what happens. You know what I mean? Unfortunate. Let me see if I can find this other thing for you. There we go. See if I can get that. In the meantime, can you please hit that the like button if you have not? And this is it. Yes. I've been telling y'all about this. Let me. Okay. Let me play this one. Got this commercial here. Let me get past this commercial. Okay. There we go. Let me get this on the screen. Check this out, y'all. Remember, I've been telling you about them missiles, the hypersonic missiles, and the tests they've been running. There's more. I'm trying to find the more recent information on this. But this is just from a few weeks ago, letting you know that they're finally acknowledging what China got going on.
Of silence, the United States has for the very first time confirmed that China has indeed gone ahead and tested what is being described as a hypersonic glide vehicle earlier this summer. Now, the top US General Mark Milley has confirmed these reports. He's describing it as close to a Sputnik moment for the Americans. He, of course, was referring to Russia beating the Americans in the race to launch the first man-made satellite, which put Moscow clearly ahead of the Americans in the Cold War era. He also admitted that it was a significant technological breakthrough for the Chinese, and it had got everyone's attention, although few countries have spoken out openly against it.
Right.
Now, China's hypersonic glide vehicle is worrying Washington, and rightly so. The new missile system is designed to evade the US defenses. It moves at a speed of 5 Mach, that is 5 times the speed of sound, making it harder to detect and intercept. The United States also believes that the missile first orbits the Earth before descending down onto the target. Another obstacle for America's missile warning system, because so far, the Americans feel that they do not have the weapon systems to intercept a missile like this.
That's a problem, family.
I've seen, of course, General Milley's comments. I think what he was conveying was the concern we all have about China's military modernization efforts.
Well, he was saying,
they continue to pursue capabilities that increase tensions in the region, and we continue to have concerns about that. And I think that was reflected in his comments.
The Pentagon has also reacted, saying that the United States was working on developing its own hypersonic weapons technology.
Now, just looking at this, what y'all think about that? I've been telling y'all about this hypersonic missiles going on for a minute. And they, right, orbit and then crash course. Absolutely. Undetected. Undetected. That's a monster, man. That is a monster, man. So that's what I've been talking about the whole volcano thing. And people aren't really, because, you don't really think about the capability of something like that doing. But think of what it's designed to do. If it's not designed to crack a volcano, then what is? It orbits in the sky over its target and then propels directly down on it. So you're getting the penetrating force of a speeding missile coming directly down in a straight line. Man, the impact on just the Earth alone, even if it was a dud, would crack a great foundation from the pressure alone from that hit. So you imagine you putting that on top of a nuclear payload. That's a problem, family. So in the meantime, while they got people focused on absolute bullshit, these are the things that are going on around the world that you should always know what's going on, because these are the people who are frenemies of your enemies. So what do they have planned? You know what I mean? And anybody that got that kind of capability understands they have got it to use it. I mean, those are some heavy arrows, family. Heavy arrows. Let me see what else they got to say about this.
There's a limit to how far we can go speaking publicly about certain capabilities, but it's in the budget. You can read it for yourself. Our own pursuit of hypersonic capabilities is real. It's tangible, and we are absolutely working towards being able to develop that capability.
What y'all think about that? when have we ever? America has always been known as being first, right? But you mean to tell me that? I mean, does this man sound confident to you? Now I know we can't talk about it. Does he sound confident to you? If you ask me, he sounds a little worried. He sounds just a touch bit worried.
The China's Foreign Ministry, for its part, has denied conducting a weapons test of a hypersonic glide vehicle. Instead, it has said that it has carried out what it is describing as a routine test in the month of July. But it also went on to admit that it was not a missile, but a space vehicle. Now, what is clear is that Beijing is spending heavily to modernize its military, and it could be seeking to expand its nuclear arsenal, sparking fears that this could revive an arms race, pretty much like what the Cold War era did.
Now,
Beyond is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news.
Now, what were they just talking about in what I just played? Talking about the Cold War. So from the proxy wars, I'm just notice how these things pop up at the same time. So you got the proxy war issue, and so, but you also have this whole issue going over here with China. And we're, America is in major debt to China. That's what I'm saying. I've set up the players, so y'all go to my old broadcasts. I showed you who Teva was. I showed you all the people under Teva, which also were the people involved in funding the labs over there in Wuhan. So, you have, I see the makings of the groundwork being laid for a good functioning matrix by way of Meta. I mean, man, it looks pretty clear to me. Looks very clear to me. But I know that the American media has other agendas, which, is always going to be about the pandemic, as we say, pandemic. Because now I'm watching commercials now. They don't even, there's not a question about anything. All they're saying is, you get it. Just get it. Get the jab. Just take it. It's like, okay, it's all about you getting this pharmaceutical thing versus actual health. I mean, I know a con when I see one. It almost fits. It almost rubs me like when people be like, hey, man, you can do this for free. It's great exposure. No, that's a con. This just works for you. Man, I can't afford to pay you, man, but hey, it'd be great exposure for you, brother. No, it really wouldn't, and not that I need it. But, checks work much, or cash works a lot better. So we just go that route. He said they spooked. Yeah, that Asian hate crime bill was a white flag. Like I said, did that dude have the face of confidence? This is supposed to be who are defenders of the free world. He looked a little shook, if you ask me. Because, I mean, it's something to say when they just be like, yeah, we flew these missiles right over your head. We tested this shit already. I mean, damn. Oh, okay. And so that lets you know America was on alert, like, wait a minute. You said, could they be propping China up for the same reason? Oh, yeah, something is up. Absolutely. 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 That's what I'm saying. If you're looking in He said, voice crack. He does not look confident. Like I said, America's fire sale, the going out of business sale of America. You know, so what do you got to do? Tank the economy. You tank the economy with putting a psychological, spiritual marker out there, such as dis-ease. So while things are getting rougher for everyone, the emotions of everyone are, you got this going, that going, this going, that going, this going, that going. So it's a combination. It's literally a design for mass depression. So just be mindful of all of this stuff that you see, because it starts very subtle, but it ends it ends very very well in your face. So all the little subtle things always mean something more. So always keep an eye on that. You dig? There's something else I wanted to show y'all. See if I can find that. In the meantime, we're going to do this little break one more time. And, we're finna do this little break real quick, and I will be right back. Or right black.
Tick faster. That'll be the hour they knock the slick blaster. Dick dastardly, a Muttley with sick laughter. A gunfight and they come to cut the mix master. And living the true gods. Giving y'all nothing but the lick like two broads. Got more lyrics than the church got ooh lords. And they hold the mic at your attention like two swords. Or you the one with two blades on it. Hey you, don't touch the mic like it's AIDS on it.
All right. Let me see if trying to open up this other window. We have had a heck of a time today. Get it going. All right, let's see what I got here. This is the one. Okay. Let me download this so I can get this in here. I want to show y'all this, because again, we talking about the whole proxy war, and they're definitely using this brother to be that. The Darrell, what's that brother name? Darrell Brooks, or Darrell Brooks, who, like I said, clearly is a lone wolf, clearly has mental illness. I don't think he was even functioning in a mental capacity at the time driving through that crowd to be thinking, I'm doing this for Black Lives Matter. I don't even understand why Black Lives Matter. If this dude's a big affinity for the Hebrew Israelites, well, then I don't know where Black Lives Matter comes into that game either. But, this is the stuff they like to do. Like, oh, man, And again, so for the objective of getting us all under subjection, to do what we say. As I'm white, and I say so. Like the McMichaels, because their defense is so overtly over the top racist. Because basically, well, yeah, you should just be. We want to make him a criminal because we just believe no, we are making him a criminal in our mind, flat out. And now just allow us to go kill this guy because, hey, he's black. Isn't he criminal? He's in my neighborhood, this black guy.
Christmas parade tragedy. Last night, hundreds of people braved the cold weather to hold a candlelight vigil for victims. victims. 5 people were killed, including a couple of members of the Dancing Grannies. Police have arrested 39-year-old Jarrell Brooks, who they say was leaving the scene of a domestic dispute when he allegedly tore through the parade. There is video of his arrest from someone's front porch. He was at a home saying he was waiting for an Uber, and that's when police apprehended him. We're also learning that that he was out on a $1,000 cash bail after allegedly hitting his ex and purposely running her over with his vehicle. Now, a lot of people today are asking, should we have been out, or should he rather have been out on bail, especially given his lengthy rap sheet, having been charged with 16 crimes since 1999 alone? That's the exact question, because there's people that are locked up in jail for possession of, drugs, nonviolent crimes, can't get out on bail because they don't have the funds. And then you have someone like this with a rap sheet that gets off on bail. How does that make sense?
Well, first off, I want to wonder how could you believe he was a DJ Math Boy was his name. He had mental problems. He clearly had mental problems. Because like I said earlier on this broadcast, he had a video to where he's explaining his legal situation, and so he used to be a pimp. So he was able to, his mind was functioning very well at some time. But what's really strange is, how is an indigent cat getting bail anyway? You understand me? Who's bailing this dude out who can't even afford an attorney? Where's that happening?
The question, Sam, and this is something that I talked to a friend of mine. We were covering yet another police violence video a couple months ago, and I called my buddy whose brother is a cop, and I was like, what does he say about police brutality and everything that's going on? And his brother said something interesting. I had never thought about it. He was like, I am a police officer in a major city. I'm not going to say the city. And he was like, we lock people up like this guy every week, and they're out almost before our next shift.
Wow.
And so these kinds of people also, like a person like this, will have 1 or 2 strikes. So now, Jeff, you're thinking about going home to your kids, but also you know that you've pulled this person over. They might be on their second strike, and they might not be willing to go to jail that day. And so now what? It's going to make you more jumpy. It's going to make the jails more crowded because people are in there for nonsense. Parking tickets, mothers that can't afford $150 bail sit in our jail cells while this guy wanders around. So this is what happens when we misuse things that are there for a reason. They're not there for somebody smoking pot behind a high school football game. They are there for people like this. And when the jails are full and people like this can't fit, well, then we'll see them on the parade route.
Yeah. I mean, it's a for-profit system. And when you have that kind of a system, you're going to get not the healthiest results. And I think you're absolutely right. It's overpopulated at Rikers. They're not feeding them. There's no water. I mean, people are getting COVID left and right. It's outrageous. And yet we're letting people like this out. So the whole thing, the system needs to be dismantled and started from the beginning. It really does.
All that being said, what should
Ooh. Did y'all hear that, family? I would have to say I agree with the this young lady here. I definitely agree with what she just said. Let me rewind that just a touch. Say that.
Yeah. I mean, it's a for-profit system. And when you have that kind of a system, you're going to get not the healthiest results. And I think you're absolutely right. It's overpopulated at Rikers. They're not feeding them. There's no water. I mean, people are getting COVID left and right. It's outrageous. And yet we're letting people like this out. So the whole thing, the system needs to be dismantled and started from the beginning. It really does.
All that being said, what should happen to this man specifically?
Well, he's going to be charged with 5 homicides, and I doubt he'll ever see the light of day again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I just might listen. I agree with everything that you guys all just said, but to piggyback off what Jeff is getting to, if I was one of those family members, I would be out for blood, knowing in my head that this individual should still be locked up if it weren't for a technicality or for having someone that he knows or someone that or himself paying that bail. So Will he see the light of day? I mean, will he go to jail and ever see the light of day, Tori? Will he ever, will there be some reason where he won't be up for the death penalty? And I know that we've had this conversation on the show before, and I myself have said, listen, I have trouble supporting the death penalty, but in cases like this, I wish there was like an asterisk.
And that's
because it's on video.
Right, but the problem is that there's asterisks on the other side, too, of innocent people being killed.
I agree.
And that's why I'm against it, but I hear you for the justice and the vengeance of what you want. There's no way this man will be released on any bail, because at this point he's had so much public eye on him. You will see him locked up. He's now been charged for 5 homicides. The DOJ will take care of it if the police don't. So don't expect to see Darrell Brooks out.
I just don't know if who we should be talking about, Sam. I think we should be questioning our politicians in a system that let him out. This person will never hear from them again, especially after.
But we should be talking about him. I understand what your points you're making, and you as well. But when we see a school shooter, and this is the equivalent of a school shooter, we say, what were the red flags?
Right.
How come we didn't see this? And there were writing on the wall. There was writing on the wall, not for this particular instance, but we do have to look at this man.
No, he'd run over his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
So we do have to look at this man, and we can't just blame the system.
No, but how does this man get out into the public?
Exactly.
Why
so the
is he
writing
near
was
your
on the
family?
wall. Exactly.
Is my issue. And I want answers. I want a politician to sit and explain how this works in the law. And I think that's.
I can explain it because he's an informant. He's a useful tool. So when you snitch, when you're on the police payroll and you get help from the police, well, then they return the favor by making sure you get out and stay out, and you're more valuable out. So ain't no telling who he's telling on. But typically, and then, now he's just going crazy. So, and I've watched people in my own city mentally deteriorate. So I've seen that happen. It clearly happens. And obviously it's happened to him. So with that being said, I'm not surprised that he gets in and out. And it happens a lot with people in his position because he's a career criminal. So, I mean, hell, they'll just see you next week.
That's what we demanded. Rather than looking for blood for this person, we could save a lot more people in your community.
Totally
It's the system that let him out.
Right. I just don't understand.
I know.
Right. Yeah. And again, the system is criminal. So you have a criminal justice system. But see, what we have to do in situations where we have the victory, you cannot be out there like this guy because, it's just a bad look. And what we need we need people standing as soldiers. You know what I'm saying? And not acting like, oh, hey, let's apologize for this victory. I mean, because of course, nobody wants to go through that. Of course. But see, this is happening to us on much more larger of a scale. Can we just focus on us for once? You know what I mean? And that's all we're saying. We're just looking out for the group because where the type of Ahmaud Arbery situation goes in, there is zero intersecting with any other group. Nothing. In America, that has exclusively been targeting black folks. That type of movement. We're just going to grab him up and lynch him. I mean, shoot, you got the dude right now who they're charging with assault against the people who were trying to lynch him in the woods. This is where we're at with it nowadays. Just absolute madness, man. Absolute madness. So in the meantime, they're going to put this guy out here. Because see, the thing about Ahmaud Arbery is he doesn't really have the dirt on him like they were trying to do with George Floyd. They were trying to make Ahmaud Arbery George Floyd. Oh, man, he's this. He had a little bit of THC in his system. You know what I'm saying? But this is very important to know. You cannot be like this guy. Because when you have your family out there getting murdered by sadistic psychopaths, the last thing that we need to be hearing is forgiveness. And there is no other group that this happens to. So I don't even know why he would be bringing that up and talk about all lives matter. I mean, why is that even necessary? Now, look at how the Ben Crump is just so elated over there. This is the routine. And our blood is not for sale. These people have done that so long to us that it's normal. But man, no more. We need to shut that one down. So, that I think that is pretty much what I wanted to cover tonight, because I wanted to make sure I just harped on the proxy war part of things, because what we are facing is a proxy war, and proxy wars use propaganda. We're seeing all of that take place right now. And then, you have, when there is a victory, you got somebody like this ready to warm up a plate of biscuits, and everybody calm down, and all like this is one situation, and these men haven't even been sentenced yet. We still have the killer of Atiana Jefferson's trial coming up. There's something else too. And there's another. I'm not sure what was going on. The one sister that the police ended up killing on her porch. Was there ever any charges on that? I'm going to have to go look into some things, because if y'all remember about a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, a year ago, I put all of the sisters that were killed by police on one. I did a collage picture. So, excuse me. One more thing to be mindful of with this proxy war thing. This smash and grab coordinated flash mob thieving thing, the robberies and all that, that's game. That is nothing but a straight setup. Again, just because we were up here watching that, and I'm just watching these people walk around and circle. You got one big box in your hand, and you're walking from one end to the store to the next, one end to the store to the next, not really doing anything. It made no sense. It's like you're walking in circles. What are you walking in circles for? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I went. Oh yeah. When I find out, you best believe I'll be posting that. Man, yeah. So this whole run around in the stores, and we're gonna do the flash mob, and they got new security in the mall here. So I guess now all of a sudden these higher end stores are now going on alert. It's just making the block hot, and it's making it block hot for nothing. But like I said, when I see stuff like this, it's proxy, because for us, you can no longer use riots and this and oh man, look at all of these rioters and protesters. This last one that just happened, Andy Nigo or whatever he is, that white supremacist Asian dude. He up here trying to post like the peaceful protests. And but the caption he's trying to use is like it's a riot. These people are literally laying in the street in peaceful protest. And he's just like, oh yeah, man, look at this guy with this megaphone, who was like respectfully telling somebody that was walking past that he had a Proud Boys hat on. He said, hey, that's a Proud Boys hat. Oh. So yeah. They always use that deception tactic. Oh, man, they're burning up and tearing up everything, and they're going to people's houses. You remember when some of them people was like, they're going to white people's houses and killing them. Black Lives Matter is going to come to your house and get you. Like Black Lives Matter is an LGBT organization. They are not a turn-up crew. And then you add the other element of Antifa in there, and you just got, all of the groups paid by the same people. And what I've always told you, I believe all three groups are paid by the same people. I've never felt any different. You see one, you see them all, and they all go travel together, seeing the same familiar faces from Portland to Oakland to Minnesota to D.C. to New York. There's all the same faces in Florida and Texas, all the same faces on both sides. How is it? What is this, a traveling circus? Barnum and Bailey, crisis actors. Feast your eyes on center stage. Right there in the middle of the ring, we have Black Lives Matter and Antifa, ready to spew some fake garbage propaganda towards the black community and say we are doing it in the name of them. So we will go destroy a few businesses that we have picked up because they already have insurance and the people who paying us already own them. But you got these people, oh man, they're tearing all these businesses down. Oh, George Soros. Oh. Well, George Soros just had them go burn down his business to which he collected the insurance for. But you still kind of find a way to sit up here. Man, these black people, oh my God. Oh, man. Shoot, truth be told, y'all need to be the IRS. Well, the IRS ain't going to, but he needs to be looked at for fraud. Ain't that a white collar crime? Oh, man. And always, again, and watch for these old niggas. Oh, man. Oh, too much. Oh, oh Lord. So yeah, I think I covered all the bases I needed to cover tonight. Oh man. Oh Lordy. So I will be getting ready to wrap this up shortly. I'm not going to be taking any calls tonight, but I probably will on my next broadcast Wednesday. And we'll open up the lines again. I might end up doing 2 call-ins next week, so Wednesday and Friday. And in the between time, I'm going to start doing some off-cam videos, shorter, just like news, just news stories. So if it's like breaking news, I'll be just doing some real quick clips, nothing really going in depth, just kind of a brief overview of news and especially if and how it ties into what we're doing here. So, with that being said, don't be like this guy, because all lives matter. Oh, jeez. Yeah, we have to be mindful of the proxy wars, and then also how they use people, place these people strategically in our faces, just like this Black Twitter expose, which tells us that what we're doing over here in the B1 space, in the new black media space, in this grassroots space, is drawing that type of attention, that they are paying that type of money to have it investigated for studies' sake. But you got to, when you see that name Carnegie involved, it should raise an eyebrow like, So the powers that be are interested in what's going on in Black Twitter, huh? And then it's like you see that's why where I read it. Some of the parts sounded like a Black person wrote it, but then you start going further down in it, boy, that start reading like Tom Sawyer. Hey, Huck Finn. I mean, good grief. Oh, nigga Jim. The old Negro motorist green book. Really? But then the what got me, this is how you knew this was some bull. When they talk about, a lot of people make jokes about restaurants in the area, but now, mind you, we're talking about Houston. Houston. I don't think you are going to be hurting for places that know how to use spices in Houston. I'm pretty sure that they would have that covered. We're talking about Houston, Texas, home of barbecue and sausages and brisket. But for some reason, that would be the joke that y'all would have. Oh man, we jam. Here's a turkey leg hook. They got the spices there. They really know how to use them. That right there, family, let me know, okay, that's a white person talking right there. Because that's a white person trying to interject, like they're trying to relate to Black folks because they know we like seasoning. But that joke was so horrible. And then it's in quotes too, like ain't nobody said that shit. That's a lie. Man, the joke is it. So a Black Twitter person, as much as we're on Twitter, Black folks, have you ever seen anybody react to how many times have you even seen somebody, hey, I'm going to Houston, y'all. I'm going to be in this area. I'm going to be right here. So what's to do over here in this area? Get robbed? And he going to say the one time that he didn't post this location and tell people where he was going to be is the time he got robbed. Ain't you bitching? You really want us to believe that? No. It's when, man, look how these guys got killed. These guys got killed by people knowing where their location was. And his mind, they want you to say, put your location out there and people will help you. We ain't doing that shit. What's wrong with y'all? So that is super weird. What is this? And it's like, oh, okay. And this is why they published it, so other people will read this and be like, oh, okay, well, we just go ahead and show everybody everything about our community. Weird. And then with the whole, man, where can I get some crack rock? I'm dropping a pin. Bruh, for real. Like, who's doing that? Hey, y'all don't snitch on me now. Who raised y'all? Oh, man. I'm just like, people get jacked that way. And you mean to tell me you can move and shake to be traveling and ain't nobody coming seeing you as food? I don't think so, bruh. I don't buy that. And then the one time that you didn't tell the public where you were going to be, all of a sudden you're subsequently robbed. Nah, that was some stuff trying to get Black folks to do something. That's like B-Mick, that's about the equivalent of when people were posting on Instagram, this is how you get yourself a business and you flip that PPP loan. See, what you do is you get you an LLC and then you go ahead and get this money, then you move it over to the LLC, right? And then see, this you just got to work it. You just got to know how to hustle. Yeah, and all them cats got their asses toe off. They already put Arkansas Mo in prison. He done. And then the other boy that was flossing, I'm on the money phone. So yeah, with that PPP loan, we got a sale for you to put these blues on. Uh-huh. Yeah. Man. Just all this, and then all these challenges and stuff, like family, a lot of that stuff is to see how many people will do it. Like all of them, show your siblings and show this, and I ain't never did that mess. You know, this is National Sunday. Y'all know I got kids. Because TikTok want me to do a damn challenge, I'm gonna sit up here and put these faces on. No, that don't make no sense to me. I mean, but I understand it. You know, we live in a world of to go. So it is what it is. But hopefully people can understand when you getting game ran on you. So when you see somebody out here talking about Black Twitter being Green Book, I mean, Black Twitter is Green Book. That's so stupid. That is just so stupid to me. But, you know, then you get this black woman as the face of it, the face of this farce. And then you just start stringing together a bunch of random quotes. Just like the irresponsibility of Politico against Dave Chappelle. So Politico is literally producing an article based off of eyewitness account of Dave Chappelle. And what they say, I believe they lied on him too. I don't believe he said, I'm better than you. I don't believe that. I do not believe that. I believe them kids were sent there to be agitators and then to come out and lie on the man. Because how all of a sudden Politico's reaching out to children now? So Politico has children reporters, I guess. I don't know how that works. Somebody know? As soon as I read it, that doesn't make sense. So here's what they said they saw. Politico? Damn, y'all just really want to throw some dirt on Dave Chappelle. Hella bad, huh? I guess that's about all they have left to do, since he won't follow orders. That's what all of this is about. You know, us woke. Because have y'all been seeing this other fool that they've been bringing out? This coon clown. What's this nut's name, man? Talking about woke racism or no. Anti-racism. So he's downing anti-racism. Yes, you heard me right. He is literally downing anti-racism. Let's see if I can find this guy. I heard this dude. I'm like, this dude can't be serious. So they got this black dude who wrote some little weak books or whatever. Where's he at? Because he's basically saying being an anti-black, being against anti-black racism is a problem. Like, how the hell that makes sense, man? How do you live with yourself? Let me see if I have it. Because I was looking at this, I'm like, is this dude for real? Why would you say anything like that? Like, we have some people who really hate themselves out here, or they're just willing to really be used. Let's see. Which shoot. They hate themselves and they're willing to be used. They'll gladly take the Judas purse. Is this it? Let's see, Robert. Oh, no. That's not it. I hope I got it. There we go. I knew I had it. There we go. Y'all check this butter biscuit buck broken dude here. Yeah, as soon as I get past this damn commercial. All right. Of course you did. All right, let me get this on the screen for y'all. Yeah, I knew there was something else I wanted to play for y'all. Yeah, Sugar Jones. You know, I might address that Wednesday. I kind of because I just wanted to go see. I need to watch that for myself. I saw what Jason Black played last night, but I definitely want to go to take the fair route. But for y'all that know me, know that is a person that I really have not spoken much about. Because just quite frankly, I just know him from being a basketball player. So I never knew for him to want to be over here in this lane. And, you know, not to say that he can't, you know what I mean? But he's a newbie. And I understand in this world of microwave success that he hit a nerve with a lot of people. And then on top of that, it always works when you have Stephen A. Smith as the butt of a joke. You got built in. I mean, it just works. You understand? It's just right there. So this dude here, does anti-racism betray Black America? The fact that you're a Black man even approaching this conversation, you need to be slapped.
I read and thoroughly enjoyed the book. As I was reading it this week, I thought of you because the NAACP came out with an announcement and they said, if you're an athlete, don't sign with a Texas team because of the voting and abortion laws in Texas. And I thought to myself, so how far removed are we where an athlete signs with a Texas team?
Wait, what abortion got to do with Black folks? And you're talking about Black male athletes? What does that have to do? So Black male athletes are caring about how their careers are going to go over Texas's abortion laws? Get out of here. That's what they care about. Yeah, okay, gotcha. Nichelle Hargrave. Hey, how you doing?
And then all of a sudden someone says, well, you're a racist because didn't you get the NAACP memo?
Well, you know, actually, I would say that I, as somebody of the left, am quite dismayed at certain things that have happened in Texas. And I understand where that call came from, but it is part and parcel of a general sense that one must go about not only kind of checking yourself for racism, but the idea is if in any sense you are seen as complying with the system, then you're some kind of moral pervert, that it isn't enough to be a normal person, that there has to be this giant psychological revolution. And I don't think that anybody has ever thought that this was the way a society should be run in the whole history of our species. And I haven't heard any real justifications as to why we have to conduct ourselves that way now, as opposed to doing things on the ground to help people who need help.
The audience for this book are not those that you're criticizing, right? It's the people you're trying to counsel, I'll say, the rest of us as to how do we respond? Do we respond at all?
Right. Did you catch that, family? Did y'all catch that part? Woo! So he admits that his book about does anti-racism betray Black America? This is the name of his book. Woke Racism. So he's trying to infer that anti-racism is woke racism. He says he's from the left. He don't sound very left to me. He don't look very left. Maybe he say he's left because of his sexual preferences. But as far as that, no, he don't look left to me. He looked very much like a conservative gay man.
Do we respond knowing that we might be called a racist for doing so?
Yeah, I think that if you know that you are checking yourself for racism and you're doing things to help people who need help, as opposed to the virtue signaling that I think a lot of people are being told they need to do. If you're doing those.
This dude right here, see. This is egregious cooning. This is egregious cooning. And so this, along with that other article that I played, y'all be on the lookout for these type of Negroes, because what they're doing is, number one, he's trying to be a black man to have a conversation about race to white folks to make them feel better about these angry niggas over here.
Things. I am asking white Americans to get used to being called racists by a certain vocal minority of people who think that it's their job to call people names and make people cry in the name.
First off, white supremacy and being a white supremacist is their title, Mr. Dr. John. So, see, this is that coward coon shit here. Because what you're going to do is you're going to just start lying on your people to white people. How is that benefiting us? Oh, Lord.
Aim of turning the country upside down and making everybody go through this psychosocial revolution. We have to get used to being called names and then go off and do the good.
See, this is my thing. There is no such thing as a psychosocial revolution, partner. It's a change of the mind. It ain't psycho. What it is we need to be free, and we need to replace, we need to dismantle the system of oppression to replace it with justice. And what he's saying is a system of justice and absolute true fairness is betraying Black America.
That we know that we're doing, but we can't let that particular kind of person be in charge, because they'll basically ruin all of our lives and infiltrate all of our intellectual and artistic institutions and turn us into, pardon me, turn us into China during the Cultural Revolution analogously. Not the physical violence, but the whole idea is that same sort of thing.
There's a chart in the book. You actually publish it twice for emphasis. You call it a catechism of contradictions. I'll read one of them that I circled. If you're white and date only white people, you're a racist.
Okay. So y'all see where he was going. Y'all see where this was going. This is about sexual access. And it's not just about sexual access. It's about sexual surrender. This is about sexual surrender. And hey, y'all, y'all messing it up for us over here. And so, yours, man, it will never fail. Anytime you see a Black person talking like this, it is always about interracial sexual access. Always. And so what do they pick out here? The very first gripe is, if you don't date anything but white, then you're, first off, why do we, we're woke. Why the hell do woke people give a damn who a white supremacist or a white person in general would date if we're looking to build with our own? See, that in itself is an oxymoron. So a person who's woke doesn't give a damn about if a person they perceive as suspected white supremacist dates a white person or a non-white person or not. It would be irrelevant to this individual. Why? Because they're woke. They're looking for their own. So this disingenuous Negro here is putting this type of filth in the world because here, white folks, See, this is knowing that these verdicts will be coming down, and we just gotta soothe. We gotta give these white folks something that all of us Negroes aren't so angry and bad. Oh, those angry Negroes. Woke racism, those angry Negroes. How a new religion has betrayed America. You know what new religion he's talking about, don't you, family?
But if you're white
and truth be told, you actually would be referring to one of the older religions. But yeah, well, you know.
Date a black person, you are, if only deep down, exotifying an other. What's going on there? Explain that to me as it relates to your thesis.
Yeah, I want people to stop saying that you can say both of those things and that it's somehow deep or complicated, that there's something called the race thing that you have to study the way you have to study quantum physics. It's not complicated, but it's also not fair. Both of those statements are designed for people to show that they know racism exists or can exist. And if that's the one thing you're devoted to, then you can say both of those completely contradictory things and feel like you're doing some kind of job. But if the two things cancel each other out, then the problem is, no matter how noble you feel, those things don't make any sense. It's got to be one.
It makes about as much sense as that argument that you're talking about, which to whom no one has ever made. So, you know, anybody who's making that argument is not a woke person and definitely is not participating in anti-racism activity. You understand? They're not hashtagging cut the check, hashtag reparations, hashtag no tangibles, no vote, hashtags new black media. You understand? They're not doing that. Hashtag no anti-black racism. Hashtag abolish Dred Scott. You feel me? Don Lemon. Man. You know, they might actually, you go ahead and enter the, well, he over there hanging around CNN. So you know how there's been talk about how Don Lemon moved. So who knew? Judah Queen, you might be late. He's sneaking off on Zaddy.
Or the other, or, you know, maybe neither. But the idea that you can date a black person and you're a racist or not date a black person and you're a racist makes no sense. And the catechism is another 9 things like that. Take all those things together.
A bunch of things that black folks don't care about.
Talking about race is complicated, when often the way we're encouraged to talk about it doesn't make any sense. I want our race conversations to make sense.
Another vignette from the book. Put this up on the screen as well. A friend wrote on Facebook that they agree with Black Lives Matter. They agree. Only to be roasted by an anonymous person. Wait a minute, you agree with them? That implies you get to disagree with them. That's like saying you agree with the law of gravity. You, as a white person, don't get to agree or disagree when black people assert something. Saying you agree with them is everything bit as arrogant as disputing them. This isn't an intellectual exercise. This is their lives on the line.
Now, understand the tone. This is their lives on the line. So that is what is happening from a black person. This black man is up here talking to a white man, supposedly representing the community. However, here is actually the words of an actual black person from that community, but let's hear how he represents it.
Your reaction?
Yeah, I feel condescended to by that. That is a person, I presume that person is not black, who thinks that their job as a good person in America is to accept absolutely anything that a black person says. And the problem is, if you accept absolutely everything that a black person says, you're dehumanizing them. You're pitying them. And pity is not.
Okay. And see, now you have fully crossed over the threshold of absolute buck-broken bullshit. Because he keeps making all of these arguments to which no one has ever made, ever. And wrote a whole book. This book that he wrote is to cater to the people like Mick Michaels and the Kyle Rittenhouse supporters. You understand what I'm saying? So, I mean, shoot, maybe your man might have him on the program because, you know, they might be having some similar views. I cannot co-sign even a remote part of anything this coon is talking about right here. Associate professor of linguistics at Columbia University, talking about anti-racism. Do you know how Columbia University has totally decimated the black community in Harlem? But he works for them, but got his mouth open on black folks, talking about how, well, if you just believe everything a black person say, first off, when the hell does that happen? So he keeps giving all of these bullshit, fictitious arguments that never existed anywhere, and then gonna talk to the white folks and the white audience as, here, this is how you need. Basically, white people don't feel bad for harming black folk. Don't feel bad for being racist. Everybody knows it's racist. They just need to deal with it.
Honor. All people make mistakes, including people who are the descendants of African slaves brought to this country who endured slavery and Jim Crow and redlining. There's no such thing as perfect people. And to have this notion that anything a black person says must be bowed down to, I see how white people think of that as honoring something and as atoning for something, but that's not what this is about. It's
Family, have you ever seen, when is what he's talking about? When has that happened? In what instance, what situation did that ever take place? Trayvon Martin, maybe? Tamir Rice? Breonna Taylor? Oh, he also wrote a book in 2008, all about the beat, why hip hop can't save Black America. Man, yeah, but you're right.
It's supposed to be about helping, especially poor black people, with the problems in their lives. All of the rest of this is just a kind of play acting, and frankly, it's all extremely fake and condescending.
John, can I say I like having this dialogue? I really do. I know that when I have it, of course, you get called a racist for even engaging in this dialogue. It goes with the territory if you do what I do for a living, or if you do what you do for a living.
Okay, family, so this is what liberal racism looks like. So he uses the black man to come attack black people and attack anti-black, the people who basically put no anti-black racism out in the wind. You understand? And the whole fact, like, that's what anti-Asian hate. So everybody's trying to hijack our lingo and try to tie themselves with our cause and tie themselves with our actions. But, you know, we know what's real and what's not. And this nigga don't speak for us. You better know that.
My fear is that the remainder of society, they're just going to take a pass. Like, oh man, I'm not even going to talk about these things because I don't want to get called that word. And you say, no, we've got to have this conversation. Anyway, great book. Thank you for being here. I hope all the emails now go to you and not to me. Okay.
You know, one good, strong way of not being considered or called a racist is to not be one. It's always funny when you hear people talk like that. And so, like, they don't know all the subtleties in conversations. So what you just seen was a left-wing racist talking to a coon to basically throw black folks who are demanding change under the bus, talking about how we are betraying Black America for looking to get justice. Yeah. You know, and it's been a while since I played this. This is what comes to my mind with people like that and people who coming out talking, all lives matter, and, you know, and I don't know about it, man. Oh, no. Mm-mm.
on me for the Peckerwood, Peckerwood will kill me. Be like you kill me. You be putting that rope around my neck yourself. What you think you is, the hound dog? Peckerwood say go fetch, you fetch. You see me hang, you gonna know. You gonna know you kill a black brother. Cicero! Mayhaps I could have got away on beat for you catching me. You remember that. You remember that all day. You killed me. You remember that. You killed me. Niggas like you just prove what the Peckerwood say. We just beasts, willing to do anything. Kill each other. No mind, no feeling. Shut up, nigger. Leastwise, I ain't gonna die like you gonna die. Like a slave. I ain't giving no lifetime of misery and sweat to this Peckerwood. I'd rather die than be a slave. You Peckerwood, that's right. You Peckerwoods was oppressed in your own land. We was free. And you brought us here, in chains. Well, now we here, and you just better know. This is just as much our land as it is yours. And after you hang me, kiss my ass.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Good old Cicero. You know? Right, Silent D. Never gets old. After you hang me, kiss my ass. And see, we got that spirit in us, and that is one of the main reasons why they are doing a propaganda / proxy war against foundational Black Americans, the B1 space. All of us in the grassroots, New Black Media, they really don't like the fact that we are inspiring a generation of our own. So we're infectious. We're like a positive cancer. We're the cancer that does the opposite. We're the cancer that makes you live. You know what I'm saying? So we're infectious in the positive. We've had so much lower level stuff. It's time for some higher level stuff. So, hey, if we are chosen to be part, then I am glad to be part. You dig? Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. And here's another thing, because a lot of these people, they come out there, but all lives matter, and all lives matter, and they're going to do this. They're going to be just like this one here.
I'm not asking what's in the infusion. I'm not looking up all of the ingredients in the infusion. I am sticking out my arm, and I am taking the infusion.
Or this. Or especially this.
If you wait on cash payments to come out of reparations, you're going to wait forever. It's not going to happen. So what you got to do, let me talk. Don't put that in my face.
Why are you touching me?
Okay, all right. I'm going to leave you alone.
Cut the check. Tell Nancy Pelosi to cut the check.
Yeah.
You do that for me?
She's the treasurer.
Cut the check. Somebody better cut the check.
Well,
reparations are owed, sir.
Talk to the
ADOS. You're not going to run away from this issue, Congressman.
Oh, I'm not trying to run away from it.
It seems like you are. You're walking away right now.
Oh.
I'm not running away from this. I ain't running away from this. See, this is why we say here we put new wine in new wine skins. We cannot put the new wine in them old wine skins. Them Clyburns, man. Antics of the Boule. Absolutely, still. For real. And I mean, he didn't give a damn. If you keep waiting on cash payments, I don't know why you're doing that. Well, shoot. Have y'all sifted through this new Build Back Better plan bill? There's a few groups that got some set-asides off of in there with numbers attached to them. But guess who's notoriously left out again? While they're telling you, oh man, we did it. The Congressional Black Caucus ought to be, well, they're a shameless group who is a bunch of do-nothings who do not, absolutely would never have our best interests in mind ever. And unfortunately, we have to deal with them for the time being. But as y'all know, there's an election coming up. And this is my thing. This is why they're worried, because they fully know what's coming. They're down the pike. And getting them out the paint is on the agenda. We do not need no more do-nothing leadership. And if you want to do nothing, then you can do nothing out the way. So if you want to keep going up there, and they keep putting all these weak articles up, see, look at what we did, and we got now this. They got the new young sister. She's our newest member of the Congressional Black Caucus. So what? Because she's not going to be able to do anything. Just another face to do nothing. You know what I mean? Don't y'all get tired of that? I know I am. Shoot. I mean, because what we need to see our leaders doing this to us. They need to come to us in this spirit.
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
That's how they need to be approaching this grassroots, man. For real. All we need to hear from people like Clyburn and that is that
I have sinned against you, my Lord.
Oh, man. Oh, Lord. And, you say, as the saying goes, mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be a simp. I wonder how many houses in the hood was bumping this cut this Thanksgiving.
I remember your laugh when I was at my worst. Let me tell you, piece of scum, I'm supported from above. Your man in my DMs while you're talking shit behind my back. All the shit you said made you look like a little bitch that had your opinion, bitch, fuck that. What do I think of you? How I love in your face, bitch, if you only knew. Ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha. Party till I die, with my chin up high. Fuck 'em all, fuck 'em back. Twerk like it's my last day on this earth. Let that dollar make her work. Shake that money maker in my face. It's a favor. Ooh, I love your misbehavior. Party till I die, with my chin up high. Fuck 'em all, fuck 'em back. Twerk like it's my last day on this earth. Let that dollar make her work.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, man, I would have had, who's bumping that? The old dudes in the background of that video just never get old. That take me out every time I see it. It's like, how old is that man back there? Like you got a whole bunch of old weed heads. This dude look like he about 85. I'm out here with the youngsters, Chief and Bumbleclad. Woo! Woo wee. She doing her thing though. Yeah, you know, she doing her thing. Man. I guess what was that? She from Denmark or something like that? That's a real odd Dutch, I believe she is. That's an odd accent, man. That is a odd accent. Woof. Oh Lordy, let me get on out of here, family. I showed everything I wanted to show y'all because I wanted to hit the woke racism dude the other day, but shoot, it was the McMichaels the trial, so I wanted to just give that the moment. So but we have all of these different entities coming at us, executing the elements of this proxy war. And so we just got to be mindful of all the tactics. Right now, what you're starting to see is a lot of people like that. They're going on these platforms to supposedly talk about race, which it really isn't. Deneen Soul. Yes, indeed. Thank you. Thank you. The people that are out here that are trying to basically set a certain narrative against us, and Dave Chappelle being obviously the biggest target of getting black folks in line right now. So they're seeing we're out of the norm for what they expect of black folks right now. So, and man, even shaming will work. Shaming backfired because they're naming like they did the whole thing at Dave Chappelle's high school where he went to, and it was like, oh yeah, they were trying to make it seem like they were so clowning him and this and that. They still naming a building after that man. And then for the things that he did for these kids at this Duke Ellington school, for them to come out so disrespectful, that tells me you didn't see Dave Chappelle as an opportunity. But then what do you see as an opportunity? And has anyone ever taught you the value of having relationships? Instead of your emotions approaching someone to whom you don't know. If you ever want to have any future in any type of business, you better know who you're going up against and who you really truly desire to piss off. Because, you're going to have to own it. So like them kids, some people, oh, they kids and this and that. That type of attitude coming in the mix. If I'm $1 million man, I'm going to make sure that person will never end up being around me. There's some people who I've been rubbed once wrong and I've never fooled with again. First impressions do mean a lot. And, if somebody asks me about someone, I'm going to tell them, man, I wouldn't fool with them. Because this and that. I just see, and, one of the worst things to ever be is ungrateful when somebody is coming in bearing gifts. That really only happens to black folks. You wouldn't see them doing that to no one else. But because it's a black man, he's easy to be disrespected. Same thing with black folks, is easily to be disrespected. That's why you got this author up here talking about woke racism and then talking against black folks. Talking about I didn't write this book for the black audience. Well, of course you did. Because it's disparaging against black people. You purposely wrote that for white supremacists. Not even white people. That book ain't for white folks because white folks that aren't racist don't have any problem with, that's not a conversation that they would need because they don't have to feel like I'm on the cusp. I don't want to be called a racist. Anybody who says that usually is because they are. Because people who actually truly fool with other people like that, It's not a thing in their mind. Why would it be? Of course, this person's black, this person's Mexican, this person's Chinese. Right, whatever. How at the end of the day, though, I interact with you, period. So if we rocking like that, then where would there ever be room to be in the whole conversation that you feel like you might be called a racist? That sounds so stupid. We all have multicultural situations. You think every black person here is in a box that all we have ever dealt with is just black people? How dumb is that? I'm from Portland, Oregon. That's impossible. It's impossible. So, this type of thing with this and the Twitter, we got to be mindful. And these other groups that like to use the word black, just like Professor Black Truth was talking about earlier today in his broadcast, monetizing our oppression, I believe is the title of it. Go check that out. Because, man, it's so true. It's so true. They put these other groups to convolute our message. And then you get dudes out here like this just to blatantly be contrary to progress for his own community. And then he's trying to put it in the context of betrayal. Maybe that ain't that the pot calling the kettle black. Betrayal, bruh? For real? Okay. So with that being said, we got to just deal with all that comes with the territory of wanting a righteous thing to happen. You know what I mean? Like the lady said, the system has to be totally done away with and redone, remade. Absolutely, I agree. And that came out the white woman's mouth, not mine. I'm just reiterating what she said. But we all heard it. And, in a sense, that is basically what we proclaim here at the Beatzilla PDX official show. And that is one thing that I hope everybody understands. And this is why we say it. Because they know, they speak what they want into existence, right? So they put it out in the universe. Well, we put it out in the universe as if it is. So it's not future tense, it's present tense, because every day we live and breathe, we watch this place crumble before our very face. So everybody, with me at home, as we say here at the Beatzilla PDX official show, we say to the world, Babylon is fallen, Babylon is fallen. Let it fall and let us rise. Can you dig it? And you dig it. You know what I'm saying? So, man. Yes, indeed. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for hanging out with me this evening. You know how we do around here. Just give it how we got it, and we give it freely. So appreciate you guys hanging out with me. For those who are new to this broadcast and this platform, please like and share. And if you have not already subscribed to this channel, please do so and hit the notification bell, hit the word all, so you can get notified every time I go live or a video is uploaded. And you can also follow me on Instagram at beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Twitter, beatzillapdx. You can follow me on Patreon, beatzillapdx official. And you can follow me on Melanated People, Michael Beatzilla Whitmore. And of course, Facebook. But the Facebook platform that I'm using right now is pretty much just to bring you here. So if you're on my Twitter, if you're on my Instagram, those are the two main places, and Melanated People, where you'll find me. And I do want to start doing some shorter, like I said, off camera. I'll be doing those just random. So just look out for those. Those, I'm not sure if all of them will be live. Some of them might be uploads, especially if it's like a topic. So a topic might be an upload, so I could just give it that particular time. So it'll just be a quick hit. You know, I had to bring those back. Machine Gun Kelly Ghost wrote that. Oh, okay. Damn. That's because, yeah, buddy. Yeah, let it fall like raindrops. Yes, indeed. So with that being said, family, also you can email me at ourrealtruth at gmail.com. That's ourrealtruth@gmail.com. And of course, if you feel so inclined to put some money in the bucket, you could do so at CashApp, $beatzillapdx. That's CashApp, $beatzillapdx, or PayPal at Zilla Music. That is ZILLAMUZAK. Zilla Music at PayPal. So, you know, I hope everybody has had a blessed week so far and got a chance to see some loved ones and share some of that free time. You know, of course, we do not necessarily celebrate the pagan holidays or the genocidal holidays. But if you have the time to be with your family, definitely take advantage of that. So, you know, I hope everybody has been blessed. And y'all have a great, prosperous weekend. May peace, power, blessings, and protection be up on all of you. You know? And like we always do around here, we send you out with the minister. Because, you know, we slang the stone of truth. We slang the stone of truth around here. So with that being said, y'all have a blessed weekend, safe weekend. Stay vigilant, stay safe, stay alive. Shalom, y'all.
When you know who Satan is, yes, sir, you don't have to kill him. No. The stone of truth. Yes. See, that's what you throw. Yes, right. Allah says, had we wished to take a pastime from before, surely we would have done it. Nay, we cast truth at falsehood till we knock out its brains. Every one of you that knows the truth, stand up and tell it from the mountaintop. Black people can't take it no more. So wherever you are on the job, in the factory, I don't care where you are. If you know the truth, stand up on the truth and tell Satan, who the hell are you to try and pick my friends? Farrakhan is God's man, and you are from the enemy of God. So to hell with you. Stand up on it like a man.